October baseball continues, and the Tigers are still alive.
Riley Green, fly ball, right center field. This one's deep. Watch it fly! Gone! How about it? Riley Green's first of the postseason delivers a 4-3 lead for the Tigers in the sixth.
You just heard on the Tigers radio network, Detroit scored 9 unanswered runs in their 9-3 win in Game 4 over the Mariners. Game 5 will take place in Seattle on Friday. The Cubs are trying to stay alive in the NLDS. It's Game 3, and they're up right now against the Brewers 4-2, bottom of the 5th inning. The Guardian reports that University of North Carolina head football coach Bill Belichick has been in talks with the school about his buyout options, as he could be on the verge of leaving the school. I'm Monty Bolaños.
I've been covering this league since 1987.
Can this sports writer and this sports fan share a radio show without driving each other crazy? Now, live from the Fox Sports Radio studios, here's Fox Sports Radio's Odd Couple, Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington.
Password.
Ack, a dack, dack, a ack.
Enter, brother.
Welcome in. Oh, my goodness gracious. And with that password, you now have full access to this very fine radio program for the next 3 hours.
Not 2, not 3, not 4.
Thank you, LeBron. No matter how you listen in.
Not Hennessy.
Fox Sports Radio. FoxSportsRadio.com, the iHeartRadio app, Sirius XM Channel 83.
Wow.
And now, live.
Do it!
Live
We'll
on
do it
YouTube.
live. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Do it!
LeBron's the greatest of all time.
Do it!
I just threw up in my mouth. All right, say my name.
Rob Parker.
Say it again.
Rob Parker.
Say his name.
Kelvin Washington.
Say it again.
Kelvin Washington.
Say it again.
I need some more enthusiasm. You act like it's a Thursday, like Tysher Tower Trivia is coming up or something.
Oh, wow. All right, we are indeed the Odd Couple, Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington, on this Worship Wednesday. And you'll need our phone number because we are, without question, the most listener-friendly national sports talk radio program on the planet. At least when people are still awake.
I'm a fun
Write
guy.
it down, commit it to memory. 877-99 on Fox. For you laymen out there who can't figure out the numbers and letters together, 877-996-6369.
I'm a fun guy.
Whenever somebody says that, I'm a fun guy, you already know.
I mean,
I'm a fun guy.
can't tell you everything about
But I
me.
don't even know where you are.
Some things you just have to ask me.
Right, I can't give you the
I
whole
can't give you
spiel.
the whole thing.
No, he said spiel.
I can't give you the whole spiel. I don't even know where you
Where is that, Alex? I don't know where you are.
I don't even know where you
I can't give you the whole spiel.
I don't
uses
feel like
that?
there's a long spiel, Kawhi, why you're such a
Right.
fun and exhilarating guy.
But I don't even know where you are. I don't know where you are.
Man, like of all the and in fact, okay, last thing. And we know it's the laugh. But it's the fact that his mouth is barely moving. Like, it looks painful. Like somebody put a gun to the back and said, "You better laugh."
People to know about you.
Oh, it's the funniest thing ever.
I'm a fun guy. Obviously, I love the game of basketball.
That's all they got, Rob.
There's just more questions you have to ask me in order for me to tell you about myself. I just can't give you a whole spiel.
So, I don't even know where you're sitting at.
Where did that come from?
Why did him not know where it's sitting be that funny? I don't even know where you're sitting at.
All right.
All right, let's go.
Yes,
it's going to be one of them days.
All
I
right,
can already
it
tell.
is. And
Ooh, crying.
if you hear feedback on the line, you know it's your fault. It means only one thing.
One thing, you forgot to turn down the radio.
That's right. With that said, always remember.
Sweetie Beanie. Yeah.
All right, man, let's go. Big show. Let me welcome in my co-host. He is
Kelvin
Washington.
I ain't got nothing to say, but I'm ready to roll.
Let's do it. We got.
I don't even know where you said that.
All right, for over 40 years, TireRack.com has been helping customers find the right tires for how, what, and where they drive, shipped fast and free, backed by free road hazard protection with convenient installation options like mobile tire installations. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be. You're good? Ready to roll?
Ready. I'm ready to do it, man. Happy hump day, halfway through the week, Worship Wednesday. Let's get it going. I'm excited. We got baseball last night was amazing. Baseball today was amazing. We'll see with these other games. And most importantly, Game 3 of the WNBA Finals, baby. Let's go, Rob G. Let's go. Yo, Vegas
This time,
Aces.
it counts.
Alex, they're so phony. Like that like they're
What?
watching the WNBA Finals.
Rob G, what were we talking about earlier today? We were on the phone talking about it. He was like, I know we can't lead with this because Rob ain't into
But
it.
if Aja Wilson's at the nail, things are going to happen for the
She had
Aces.
20 in the first half.
If we were leading with that, that would be my last day on the radio program.
No, that would be
Just
the day the
telling you.
Lions, the Monday after the Lions won the Super
Yeah, okay.
Bowl.
And I kicked the plug out in intensive care.
I've been working with you over a year now. That was by far, that had me driving home in tears. When you said you would pull your own life support plug out.
I don't want to know that it was a final. You know what I mean? Like
That had me crying,
There was a
yo.
chance I died and they lost, you know what I mean, or
Right.
something. That I didn't know that they won for sure. All right.
That was funny.
My goodness gracious. Let's welcome in the Odd Couple crew. Wouldn't be able to do this fine radio program without him. Rob G, the very lying NBA, WNBA loving producer.
He said he had the Mercury tonight.
Yeah, okay. What's the spread, Rob G? Give me the spread.
3.5.
Yeah, okay. You just guess. It ain't no 3.5. He didn't even look.
No, it went up. It's 4.5.
Yeah, he didn't even
He was
look.
right there. It's 4.5.
Because sharp money came in, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, it's 4.5
okay.
now. The hair Asia was going
That's
crazy.
crazy. They bet $8 on this game. That's crazy. All right. Alex is our engineer. Monty Bolaños is at the anchor desk. She'll keep us updated throughout the program. And, of course,
She went to go switch her outfit for YouTube.
Never heard of them.
Elijah
Never heard of them.
is our social media guru.
I mean, it's just more questions you have to ask me in order for me to tell you about myself.
I can't give you the whole
Can't
spiel.
give you the whole spiel. I don't even know
Who
where you're
uses
sitting
that
at.
word?
Give you a whole spiel.
I don't even know where you're sitting at.
I don't even know where you're sitting at.
I need somebody to text me. Hey, yo, I'm in the restaurant. We waiting on you. The next time we have our meetup, I'm texting all y'all.
I don't know.
I don't even know where you're sitting at. All right, let's go. This is gonna be the dumbest show ever. I can already tell.
Here we go. All right.
All right, let's get to it.
Rob G, Bill Belichick. Oh my goodness gracious! Let's get to it. More stuff coming out. Now there's even talk, Rob G, that maybe there's something could happen here.
Yes, sir. Ollie Connolly from The Guardian. Now, if you don't know who that is, you should know because we talked about it on this show. He had Bill Belichick to North Carolina a full week before anybody else did. My man is, if he's not plugged in everywhere, he's definitely plugged in this situation with Bill Belichick with North Carolina. He reported about 2 hours ago. This is a lengthy, I want to read this verbatim because this is some gnarly information. According to sources, Belichick has discussed buyout options with North Carolina. He signaled a willingness to trigger his own $1 million buyout if he can find a soft landing with either another team or in the media. But it gets worse, guys. Members of Belichick's coaching staff have already spoken to other schools that are expected to be in the playoff hunt about taking on roles during the postseason. According to one anonymous coach, quote, "The rats are leaving the ship." Some staffers believe the change will come within 2 weeks. There's also been reports of serious recruiting violations that are currently under investigation at UNC. Recruiting and practice violations have already been proven by the school, according to multiple sources. And here's another one. Belichick's communication with his staff in the past 2 weeks has been described as, quote, weird and distant by multiple members of the current coaching staff. Multiple coaches were actually unable to get a hold of him during their recent bye week. One UNC defensive assistant said, quote, what we've done to these kids is effed up.
My goodness. I said this, and you could go look it up on YouTube, seriously, that this was going to end badly and that this was a mistake from jump. I was never with it. And then even yesterday I said that they should move on from him because there's no long-term plan here. This is a terrible car wreck. We knew that was happening. We knew with the nepotism and the cronyism and the girlfriend in the mix and a 73-year-old coach trying to coach college kids and North Carolina not being a football school, getting your butts kicked up and down the field, right? It's just been a total disaster. I don't know how at any point, any situation that Bill Belichick really thought this was going to work or this was a good idea. I never bought into it. I'm not surprised. And they should come to some sort of agreement so that Bill Belichick can get on, with going to Denny's and the early bird special and whatever else he wants to do during the day. But this whole idea of pretending that this is going to work or you have to, go through the entire year of this for it to be cool, I'm not with it.
Well, look, I call him Unc. UNC, North Carolina, is now just Unc because that's what I'm saying to him. Unc, we knew this was never going to work. Me and you talked about it from the beginning. What was the gain in this? Who's going to be the big winner in this? And ultimately, here we are with its decline. And to me, this was just UNC was used as a rebound. Bill him a check because he's billing him a check. He used him as a rebound. The NFL was where he wanted to be. You talked about it then, how he wants to break the all-time coaching record. He's a handful of games away from that. He wanted to obviously prove that I could be a coach without Robert Kraft, without Tom Brady, and it ended up not working out for him. So then the rebound was UNC. The problem is you can't rebound in college like that. You can rebound in the NFL because guys are professionals. Guys know what to do. They've been in the league, and you can implement your system over the offseason, and boom, we can move on. Programs in college, you got to recruit. You got to go in mom and dad's living rooms. You got to sell guys on what you're going to do. You got to build up your coaching staff. It's a whole thing. That's why it's called a program. And the idea that he could just march on up in there, half-in it, got your girlfriend, you're doing mind you, you're doing a book tour. Mind you, doing a book tour. You're beefing with Robert Kraft. He was never in this for the long haul, so it makes it strange. And then UNC, they got all giddy because, we get a big name and we'll get popularity. We'll get on all the shows. The Odd Couple's going to talk about us. But ultimately, like what happens most times in college sports, the kids are the ones that get used up. Because you knew this was terrible. This wasn't going to work. He was never serious. He was just looking for a rebound date. You were that. And ultimately the kids, because you know what you got, Rob? You got kids who decommitted from other schools. You got kids who left and, went there. You got kids who maybe in high school right now who changed to where they're going to go. All of that it's something that's going to end badly, and we're hearing all the negative things that's going to come. So this was just a bad idea from the jump. Never bought into it. And no offense, no ageism. He's 73. College is this takes time.
He's the oldest coach in college.
Yeah, and it just takes time, and it's not just something that he doesn't have. Like, he wasn't built for this. He's not locked into it. So and most importantly, he completely changed his ideology and ethos. He's no distractions. He's locked in. We're on to Cincinnati, and that's completely what he hasn't been in UNC. And that's why you want to know what their defensive rankings? What was Bill Belichick known for? Defense.
Right. When they won all those Super Bowls, go look. They had a top 5 defense absolutely. Every year. Like, people talk about, it's only Tom Brady. Stop
Their defense and special teams was incredible. You know what UNC is ranked, Rob? 128th in the nation in opponents' points per game. People score all up and down on them. Opponents' yards a game, they're ranked 132nd. Oh, and by the way, sacks allowed 126. So
what?
Yeah. So not sacks, meaning they give up the most. Wow. They're not getting sacks. So you look it up, offensively, 123rd in passing yards, 128th in points per game. Like, they're not doing anything well. There's not a single thing you can come in and hang your hat on, and that's what's disappointing as well.
All right, 877-99 on Fox, 877-996-6369 is the Belichick era at North Carolina an even bigger dumpster fire than we thought? Or is it time to just cut bait in Chapel Hill? We'll continue that conversation next with you. It is the Odd Couple on a Worship Wednesday. Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington, right here on Fox Sports Radio. You know what you need to do. Stick and stay.
For all the latest and updates of the WNBA of the US of A.
If I'm Shedeur Sanders and Bailey Zappi or whatever his name is elevated to number 2 quarterback, I would request my release from the Cleveland Browns. I would say thank you, but no thank you. Because every sign here points that they don't believe he's a starting quarterback in the NFL. I don't care what they're trying to make it. He has a soft landing. Kelvin, there's only one way you learn to play in the NFL. You got to get out there and play, okay? You could do all the prep work, all this other stuff. At some point, you got to get out there. You can't keep pushing other people ahead of him and not allowing him to be in this situation. I just don't think he's going to be a star quarterback in the league, but there's a job for him in the NFL, okay? I believe that. I just think, why would you want to continue? It's like anybody else. So you're working at a job or a situation, and you want to be an anchor man, and you're a reporter with everybody else, and they promote this person over you and this person. At some point, they've told you what they really think of you, right?
Keep in mind, we're not talking big time qualified people either. It's not like it's Zappy. It's not like
right. Okay, like Zappy won a Super Bowl or something 2 years ago, or whatever, or had enough success, and maybe he was hurt, and that's the reason that he's not where he should be. That these aren't the guys. That's what I'm trying to say to you. I knew Dylan would be the guy. You know, I did, because he was drafted ahead of him. They moved up to get him. They wanted him. Okay, so I'm not surprised by that. But at this point, it should have just been today. Shedeur wasn't up the back of quarterback. What? That's so hard. Did you hear what I just said? Was that so hard to say for the Cleveland Browns, who will go anywhere but to the back of the bus? I mean, like, seriously, what in the world are they doing where they can't say that? My God, okay, he could be the backup quarterback. You could put him out there. He could be terrible, and you could say, okay, we didn't think he was good enough. He went out there. Who was that quarterback for the Buffalo Bills, Rob G., who had
Nathan Peterman?
6 interceptions, right?
Didn't he have 5 in the first half or something?
Like
it's just terrible,
right? Is that what he? Right? Didn't he have like 6 interceptions?
Yeah, I think it was like 5 in the first half. It was
but it was just like, okay, he can't play. Okay, we got it. I'm dead serious. If I'm Shedeur, miming, hanging out in the clubhouse, you know, selling jerseys, if that turns you on or whatever, I just wouldn't want to be in Cleveland. I would ask to be cut or released, whatever you want to call it. I almost want to say quit, but you don't want to quit. You know what I mean? But I'm saying
you can't quit.
Request to be released if I'm Shedeur Sanders.
The Browns are just a very weird organization when it comes to the quarterback position. They've now had 41 quarterbacks. If you look at the teams that have been bad over the last since 1999, with the Browns being included in them, you look at other teams that have not been great since 1999. The Commanders have had 28 quarterbacks. The Dolphins have had 27. And then you get to 41 with the Browns. So clearly, teams that fluctuate quarterbacks all the time, we know, don't have success. You look at the ones that have stability, and that is the Patriots. They only have had 7 or something. You look at the Steelers. They had 9. They had 10 quarterbacks between the Steelers and the Patriots over these years. What have they had? They've had Super Bowl appearances, had Super Bowl wins.
I don't know about the
They've
Steelers
had stabilities
in that group.
Well, they've been to a couple Super Bowls.
I know, but
they've been to three. Even in the 90s, they had a. They went to a Super Bowl.
They got a lot of quarterbacks.
I know. They've had 10 since 1999. So my point is, you got to find some stability, and that's what I was screaming about during this whole draft and little post-draft time. My thing was, play Dylan Gabriel. If that's your guy, if you believe in him, and that's who you picked, obviously ahead, you picked him in the third round, play Shedeur Sanders. Find out what he's got, because that's what you need to be doing. Finding out what you have or you don't have so you can finally find your guy. Because you know what you are? You're in a division that has Lamar Jackson.
Maybe they don't want their guy. Maybe their guy's in college.
But then you play these guys. They're obviously not going to be great if they're not the guys you want, and you roll right up in there, and you get another pick. You finally settle on your guy so you can be settled. That's why the Joe Flacco plan was strange to me. We know what he is. He's 62 years old.
That wasn't strange.
But to me, because I'd rather roll Dylan.
Last year they won 3 games. Like you say this as if the coach and general manager have jobs for life. Like seriously.
Fox Sports Radio, it's your boys. It's the Odd Couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington. On a Worship Wednesday, we got Shawn Green, 2-time MLB All-Star, going to join us here in about 7 minutes. We got a lot of good baseball going on. Monty Bolaños is going to get you the scores here shortly. Be sure to check out our brand new YouTube channel, and you can watch us live on YouTube right now. That's right. We're simulcasting as we speak. YouTube, all you got to do is search Odd Couple FSR on YouTube. Again, that is Odd Couple FSR. Be sure to hit the subscribe button, and then while you're at it, don't stop there. Hit the thumbs up button. Like it, share it, thumbs up. Tell us Rob's crazy. Tell Kelvin you're crazy. We want to hear from you, so reach out again. So just search Odd Couple FSR and subscribe. Bill Belichick. There's reports that this could end very fast, sooner than later in UNC. Rob and I, one of the few times, we agreed on something. This was just doomed from the start. Do you think there's still hope? Time to cut bait now, even though it'll cost a little money. What do you do? 877-99 on Fox. Who we got?
All right, Jordan in D.C. You're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Jordan?
Oh, hey, guys. How you doing?
Doing great.
Good.
Oh, man. Belichick has just been an absolute embarrassment from the moment he got there. Even today, I'm seeing people say, "I can't wait for the 30 for 30 documentary, I was thinking he hasn't been there long enough to fill the whole hour slot that the documentary would take, you know?
No, it's going to be a short. It's going to be a short. You know how they got the short ones?
No, but I had a question for you guys. You know how, post Russell Wilson's career in Seattle, we pretty much unanimously agreed that any chance he's had in the Hall of Fame, he's played himself out of.
No, we do not agree.
I don't think it's unanimous. I think that, but I don't think it's unanimous. I think there's still people who feel like what's done is done.
I don't think so. His numbers, 10-time Pro Bowl, and he went to 2 Super Bowls. He won 1. I'm sorry. I can't. I'm not in that camp.
I think he has, but again, it's not unanimous. I'm fully aware it's not unanimous. Like, he's right on the edge. He's a habitual edge and line stepper right now with that. Who next?
Drew in New Jersey. You're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Drew?
Hey, I called it. I said yesterday that Harbaugh going out, I think that leaves open for Bill Belichick. I think he's trying to get out because I think he sniffs that the Ravens' job is going to be open. I think that's what's going to happen.
Drew, why are you trying to ruin Lamar's life? Drew,
ruin it. I think that would help him.
Bill Belichick was awful offensively without Tom Brady.
And
Lamar Jackson.
Does Lamar need help on offense?
No, it's defense.
No, what I'm saying is you don't want to lose why he works.
Well, they need to get rid of John Harbaugh. I'll tell you that.
That's a conversation we can have.
Bill Belichick is bought in with UNC. I still think he can coach. I just don't think he cares.
Yeah,
I think he doesn't really care.
But I don't even understand why he.
It was a rebound. He was hurt from the NFL.
I know people. I talk to people in the NFL. He was offered the Falcons job. I'm going to say that because I talked to people who are in the know. He was offered the job. And it was like him and Hahn about who's got power and all this stuff. And then that's when the Falcons got cold feet. And we're like, oh, wait a minute. This sounds like – and then they went and got their third choice as coach. Bill Belichick was supposed to get that job and kind of talked his way out of it, like in that sense. So there was a job there that he could have had if he wanted to try to get the all-time record. It's just silly.
I think in his mind, I have earned the right, I deserve the right to do – and also, he'll say, look, I got 6 titles – by doing it my way. Let me come in, give me the keys to the entire building.
He wasn't the only front office person there, and I know the Falcons haven't done enough to be able to for anybody to think that they know everything, but you gotta understand the circumstance. You can't talk yourself. You're 73 years old.
And that's hard for some people. That's the opposite. They go, look how great I am and look what I've done in these 73 years. And it's hard to sell them.
I just think you got to understand.
Read the room.
You got to understand where you fit in. I told you before. The all-time worst thing that ever happened was Hervé Villachez on Fantasy Island thought he was bigger than he really was on the show. And guess what?
Just tell me tomorrow. TV theme song Thursday.
And they got rid of him. They got him gentleman's gentleman instead of the plane. He had 1 line on the show.
Life was good.
Okay, life.
Here he go. Now he had the audacity to want 2 lines, Rob.
And guess what? They got rid of him.
No more plane, boss.
There you go.
All right.
Then he's on Dunkin' Donuts doing a commercial. You remember?
Yep.
What kind of donuts do you want? The plane. The plane.
Shawn Green, 2-time MLB All-Star on the way. Right now, Monty Bolaños doing Chipotle commercials.
No, not today, but that was funny as you had to transition from Rob there. How we doing, guys? Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday.
Yes, a lot of October baseball going on today. Some elimination games like the Cubs trying to keep their season alive. They are up right now in Game 3 of the NLDS against the Brewers. It is 4-2, top of the 7th inning. Blue Jays and Yankees, where the Yankees are trying to keep their season alive at home. Game 4 of the ALDS. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. has not missed a beat with an RBI single in the first inning, so Blue Jays are up 1-0, top of the 2nd inning. Don't worry, Aaron Judge also had a single, was left on base there. The Tigers kept their season alive, though, scoring 9 unanswered runs in their 9-3 Game 4 win over the Mariners. So Game 5 is going to take place on Friday in Seattle. When it comes to the NFL, Bengals head coach Zach Taylor named Joe Flacco the team's starting quarterback for their game this Sunday against the Packers. Browns head coach Kevin Stefanski Stefanski wouldn't commit to their backup quarterback behind Dylan Gabriel until later this week, and no practice for Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson as he continues to deal with a strained hamstring. WNBA Finals tips off at 8 Eastern. Aces and Mercury. It's Game 3 where Las Vegas leads the series 2-0. Back to you guys.
Man, wait, we got the TV ready right here. Everything. I'm all in, Monty.
I know you are.
Do radio with a blindfold on? I'm just asking.
Don't worry, there's a lot of baseball.
No problem.
A lot of
There's
baseball.
no TV. You'll be all right. Yeah. It's the Odd Couple. Thank you, Monty. Rob and Kelvin on a Worship Wednesday. And aches and pains, well, they can sneak up during the holiday hustle and bustle. Aleve can help you forget the pain and make happy memories instead. With just one pill, Aleve provides up to 12 hours of body pain relief so you can keep it moving. Use as directed. And as we mentioned, we are joined now by Shawn Green, two-time MLB All-Star. Shawn Green 15 on X. Shawn, what's up, man?
What's happening?
How's it going?
Going great, man. Just enjoying, as Monty just mentioned, all this baseball. We got like 17 TVs going on in the studio right now. Rob, I guess I'll start with last night with the Yankees. Sitting next to Rob, and he kept saying, man, it's early. It's early. We had people in the studio who were saying it's over. They fought back. Aaron Judge obviously has a big night. Just your take on how they kept themselves in this.
Yeah, no, they're a scary team once they get hot, especially getting Judge hot. And, it doesn't take a lot of guys getting on base when you have him in the lineup. Bellinger can hit the ball out of the ballpark. Jazz hit the ball out of the ballpark. So, they got some guys, obviously Stanton. So it's just a matter of getting some guys on base and keeping one or two of the big guys hitting the ball at the park. They're going to be tough to beat.
Yeah, and this time of the year, Shawn, it's just this is what makes baseball to me. When you watch during the regular season, I'm not into every pitch. Mm-hmm. But when you get to the postseason, every single pitch is important. Whether it's a missed strike call that could have got you out of the inning or a ball or whatever. Am I right? There's a different intensity to it, or the way you look at the game?
Yeah, without a doubt. It really is a different game in the postseason. And, I think it's hard to beat October baseball, especially right now. You got, 4 games going all today. It's so exciting to see. And like you said, each pitch from the first inning on, I remember playing, the 2 postseasons I played in, one with the Dodgers, one with the Mets. Like from the first inning on, the whole crowd's on their feet, oohing and awing at every single pitch. And when you're in the field, you have chills, throughout the game. And I think as a fan, it's kind of the same deal. You're hanging on every single pitch, and there's enough. The cadence of the game, where it's not like NBA where the action just keeps going. You have those pauses make it that much more exciting because you're anticipating, what could and hopefully will or won't happen.
Let's go to the Dodgers, a team you played for, and they have a chance to sweep the Phillies tonight. I don't think it's going to happen. I think the Phillies are going to fight back and get a game. But Game 2 in Philadelphia, Shawn, I did not understand the bunting with a man on. You're trying to tie the game. You're down by 1. You have a man on second with nobody out. You have 3 shots at getting them in. They try to bunt, and Nick Castellanos gets nailed at third base. What did you make of that? Did you first guess that? Because I first guessed it. I just didn't understand why you would be bunting there.
Yeah, that's definitely the old school way is to get the bunts down. And I got to say, it was a good bunt, and it was just a great play by Muncy to get in there. It was the wheel play, and he came in there charging full out. And, you kind of want to bunt it down third right there. And it was just like I said, just kind of a perfect play. But, if I was managing, I probably would bunt as well. And if I knew that my guys knew how to bunt, a lot of times now there's not as much bunting, so it's really hard to bunt when you haven't been doing it throughout the season. It's hard. But
you also have Nick, who's not a fast runner at second, right? And you don't have anybody to pinch run from him, so you're in a pickle there. Yeah, and that's the other thing without as much of the short ball that's played these days. Like as a runner, you kind of know how big of a lead you have to get. You have to make sure you're far enough off there, and you kind of know when there's a pick play. You understand those things, so you have to be ready to get back.
But especially with the wheel play going, if you get a really big lead at second base, like almost halfway there when the ball crosses home plate, then you're gonna make it. And I think it's just a matter of them not really playing that type of baseball very often. It's hard to execute when you're in the most crucial time of the year and try to know exactly what to do if you don't do it throughout the season.
Yeah, it was amazing will play. Shawn Green, our guest, two-time MLB All-Star, with the odd couple, Rob and Kelvin, on a Worship Wednesday. Let me ask you this. Rob and I, we go through the whole season. We talk about this. We talk about that. Obviously, we're going to hit the big storylines and headlines. But the Brewers have just quietly been a very good team. And here they are with a chance to go ahead and move on if they were able to pull this out. They swept the Dodgers. How good are they, and what makes them so good? Why has the season been so good for them?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say. They just kind of found that rhythm where they play really well as a team. I think they have, compared to a lot of the teams in baseball, even in the postseason, they have quality at bats. I think there's a lot of teams who are kind of all or nothing, and they have some guys who are going to, battle and put the ball in play and string hits together. And I think offensively, that's their strength. They play good defense, which this time of year we saw last year when the Dodgers won, the Yankees collapsed defensively as well as some of the other teams. And so if they could do the little things and throw strikes and make the plays, they're going to be tough to beat.
How about the Tigers? They are a very weird team. They just collapsed down the end. And now, they look like they were dead today, down 3-0. And then all of a sudden they explode with 9 runs, the last 9 runs of the game. They force a game 5 back in Seattle. What do you make of the Tigers? And for whatever reason, the Mariners are the only team that could beat Skubal. They've beaten him. He's 0-3 against the Mariners and has an ERA of 5.5. Can you explain that?
Yeah.
That's weird.
It's hard to explain, but I will say I think the Tigers they're one of those teams that are kind of all or nothing, right? So if they all of a sudden get hot, then they could throw 9 runs up like they did. But they have, a lot of their hitters have holes and swing and miss a lot, hit the ball, pop up and swing through it. So if they have a guy that's on, they're going to have a tough time. But if, they have a guy who's throwing it where their bat is, in the zone, they could do some damage. So I think that's kind of why they're so streaky. And in terms of Skubal, I'm watching on TV. He looks absolutely filthy. So I don't know how anyone can just dominate him like they have. But sometimes you get someone's number. Maybe he tips his pitches. Maybe there's something else they're seeing. But I'm sure they're not as concerned as probably every other team would be facing him. In an elimination game.
Hey, I want to go back. We talked about a team you played with, the Dodgers. Rob and I sitting here have conversations. Man, offensively, you know what you're going to get. If Shohei's off, well, then Freddie Freeman, Will Smith, Mookie. I mean, they've got Muncy. They've got guys. Starters have been pitching well the last couple of months now that they're getting healthy. But that bullpen, have you seen anything like this where you might have to secure 5, 6, 7 runs a night because the bullpen can let you down? Have you seen anything like this in quite some time?
No, I mean it's definitely not how the Dodgers have been. They've been pretty rock solid with the bullpen, and that's their strategy. Has been to get through 5 innings, 6 innings, and then rely on the matchups. So it's just that Dave's a great manager, a smart guy. So he's just gonna have to figure out a different approach this year, which he already is showing that he's doing a great job of, and make sure you get those starters going a little deeper and being a little more careful, maybe than he had to be in the past with some of the relievers that were lights out against righties, against lefties, and you could just kind of run them out there for an inning or two. Now it's a little different. You have to bring some of the starters back into the bullpen like they've done and see how they can do coming out of the pen.
Shawn, you hit 328 home runs in your major league career. That's a big number.
Mm-hmm.
When you watch Aaron Judge and that home run he hit last night, which looked like it was going to hit him in the face, and it was off the plate, almost at him. How do you swing on a ball like that and take it out of the ballpark and keep it fair? I mean, that was really an unbelievable home run. Just looking at it.
Yeah, no, that was amazing. He's done incredible things in his career, and he's far from done. So There's kind of like an Edgar Martinez home run. I don't know if you watched a bunch of him in his years with Seattle, but he was really good at keeping those inside pitches fair. And there's not a lot of guys that do that. Judge kind of stays. He's really a back leg hitter, so I think if he lets it get deep and can stay inside the ball, he's able to keep it fair, and that's exactly what he did.
Last thing from me. Judge and Ohtani, are they winning the MVPs again?
Here we are again.
These are the two best players to me in the game. Where are you on MVP?
Yeah, I mean, Ohtani's, if he should have won it the year Judge beat him, I felt like years ago when he was with the Angels. If he's pitching and if he was a mediocre pitcher and a mediocre hitter, he should win the MVP every year. And he's a top pitcher and a top hitter, maybe the best hitter in the game right now. So,
but don't you think that year because Judge, set the record for home runs in the American League? I think that was no. Wow.
No way.
This
is way. No, this is the way I look at it. You go in the postseason, who do you want on your team? You want the guy who's going to be your number one pitcher and going to hit 40-something home runs whenever he hit that year, or would you rather have Judge on your team? I mean, I'd always go with the guy that could do both. It's like just because he's that good, you can't discount it because someone else had a great year. It's like who would you pick on your team? It's always Ohtani for me.
Well, I sit here and say it to him every day.
Yeah, I don't know.
I say it to him every day, Shawn.
To me, if I'm picking Aaron Judge, and I get the pitching and hitting, but the Dodgers won a World Series last year, and guess what? Ohtani didn't pitch at all, and they won a World Series.
That's why they're scarier now.
No, they're not. They might not win this year with him pitching. I don't think they're going to win this year.
I do. I haven't won it.
That's all I'm saying, Shawn. That's all.
I love Judge. I think Judge is amazing, absolutely amazing. But I will say, even though Raleigh with the, as I say,
right.
Raleigh. With
Kyle Raleigh.
Yeah, Cal. The fact that he's a catcher and hit 60 home runs, like that definitely levels the playing field. And Judge had an insane year, and if it wasn't for Cal, I'd say, geez, it's unanimous. But I don't know. I mean, the fact that a catcher did that,
right.
it's so important.
He's going to get votes. There's no doubt about it.
He should get some votes.
I think he's going to get it.
I don't think he's going to get it.
Going to get it
only because Judge hit almost 100 points higher than him. Shawn, nobody. What I think you batted 283. I can't remember what your lifetime had.
Yeah, sounds
right, something like that. Guys are batting 240 in the big leagues.
Right.
You know that. And Judge batted 331 with 53 bombs.
Yeah, I know. No, it's hard. It's really hard to argue that. The only thing I'm saying is if you have a shortstop, I mean, even a catcher the most, but you have a catcher, shortstop, second baseman that puts up huge numbers, it's such an advantage because you expect your corner positions, your outfielders, your first and third baseman to put up some home runs and RBIs and all that. But to have that from a catcher is like it's just such an advantage. That's why I felt like the Braves teams were so good back in the day. They had Andrew Jones in center field. They had Javi Lopez for a while,
right?
Putting up numbers. Marcus Giles. So they were putting up raw field for call. So you get guys doing that, then it's easy to have a good lineup because your corner guys are going to also put up some numbers.
Hey, Shawn, man, we appreciate your time.
Thank you so much,
Thank you,
Shawn.
Man.
Pleasure. Anytime.
All right, appreciate it. Shawn Green there. Shawn Green 15 on X. Give him a follow. Shekel City Player of the Day on the way. Plus, again, we got a great Game 5. Getting ready for a great Game 5 with the Tigers earlier getting the win. We'll talk about that. It's the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio.
All right, yes, back to college football. You mentioned it. Bill Belichick and UNC, they have been a laughingstock of college football to start things off. Their only wins are against the used to be Division II programs. They just got waxed by Clemson, and Clemson's not any good this year either. So WRAL Raleigh, a news station out there, spoke to a bunch of parents of current players, members of the staff,
Not
AD
happy.
department, UNC Board of Trustees, and according to them, multiple sources with knowledge of the inner workings of Belichick's program say the results on the field are a product of a divided locker room, a disorganized coaching staff, and a failure to communicate. One source called it, quote, an unstructured mess with no culture, no organization, a complete disaster. But it gets worse.
Worse?
According to this report, the experience level and perceived nepotism with Belichick's staff has been frequently called into question. It's being questioned by players and parents and the media, with one source saying, quote, the lack of experience the coaches have is ridiculous. And according to sources, there's a board in the UNC football facility that lists people who have missed workouts and class. Try to keep them accountable, right? The only problem is some of the guys that were brought in by Belichick or are seen as close with his son or other specific staff members show up on the list but never receive any kind of punishment because they're seen as Belichick's guys. It's all bad for Double B.
I'm going to say here, Kelvin, can I start?
Yeah.
I think UNC should, seriously, bite the bullet. Because this is not long-term already. You know this is not going to end well. This is not going to be good. What was the documentary that they pulled the plug on?
Oh, yeah.
Hulu's already pulled the plug on that.
Yep.
Okay, because it's a train wreck. And that says a lot. Because normally people want to watch train wrecks, right? They just realize this is a mess here that's not really worth it. So it's just a mess. And I brought this up too. We talked about the nepotism and the cronyism and all his boys. This is like a frat party. Everybody I know, I'm going to hook you up. We got this job. We're going to go down to college, take over. I got jobs for everybody, my family, my friends, all this stuff. And there are no results. They got a girlfriend, again, doesn't fit in, right? Like it's a mess in that situation. You have all these issues, and then you're not winning. What do we talk about? Winning covers up everything. Winning is the best makeup you could have. You'll accept anything from anybody as long as you win. When you stop winning, it's a problem. And I don't see this as long-term. They're already got players who are disgruntled, who will probably bow out. Other good players are looking at this saying, what's going on there? Oh, it's a mess, blah, blah, blah. Do I really want to go there? How long is he going to be there anyway? If I go and commit,
absolutely,
this guy might have a pork chop dinner, and he's not the coach anymore.
Hey, yo.
I'm saying he's 2 pork chops away.
All right, first of all, there's so many ways to start with this, Rob. Let's start with, first of all, UNC should stand for UNC. UNC, this ain't it. UNC, this ain't it. UNC, the way you were running this establishment, this organization, this school is not it. Let's start from the scratch. He never wanted this job. UNC didn't want to be here. UNC was trying to be coaching the NFL team. 99% of them didn't want him. You talked about the Falcons maybe did. That didn't work out. So now he's like, well, I'm going to go prove them. I'm going to show them. He didn't want this. What's required of him?
He had the Falcon job, and he messed around, and they pulled it back.
Yep, and now, again, he's in this situation with UNC, and UNC didn't want this. So let's start there. Rob G talked about things that you never used to talk about with Bill Belichick. You never talked about structure issues. That was what he was great. If he wasn't great at nothing, he was great at structure. He was great at, the putting in kind of the schematics. This is what we're going to do. This is
no distractions.
No distractions. Now he is a distraction. His girlfriend's a distraction. Again, that's his personal life, but it is a distraction. And I also, no accountability, right? It's just, and we hearing in the thing, the players he brings in, there's no accountability. They're missing class. These are things you would never happen with a Bill Belichick ran team. At this point, he's just collecting money. He's just collecting money. Matter of fact, bill him a check. Bill him a check is what he's doing. How much they owe me? They owe you $10 million this year, okay? But bill him a check because that's all he's doing right now.
And you know what? I don't know what it is or how much it is. Rob G, how much is it?
I think it's
20 million
for him to leave.
It would be 20 at the end of the season.
20 at the end of the season.
Call Michael Jordan, tell him to sell a few extra shoes, and get Bill up out of here. Fox Sports Radio, it is the Odd Couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington on a Worship Wednesday. Big shout out to Shawn Green, two-time MLB All-Star, joined us moments ago, gave us some insight.
He was good,
He was
man.
good.
Rob G.
Good get. And he was a good player, too, by the way. 4 home runs in the game, couple-time All-Star, 283 batting average, yeah.
And 328 home runs, 2,000 hits in his
That's
career.
a real career, seriously. So shout out to him, and check out the pod, too, by the way. We'll have that up in a little bit. Make sure you can hear that interview if you missed it. Right now it's time for Shekel City.
Welcome to Shekel City. The home base for Rob Parker's daily picks against the
Did I do that? 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 Yeah. And you know what I did?
Yes, you sound like
I was 2-0.
Okay. All right.
Yay.
How about that? That's all I get is a weak LeBron.
You know what that was, right? That was LeBron off that Hennessy.
All right, yesterday, 2-0. My record is now 34-30.
Yay.
There you
Alex,
go.
did you hear that? 34-30.
Wow.
All right, all you people.
On my name.
That's right.
Respect on my
I'll
name.
talk to you the way I want to talk to you.
Well, I'm talking to you the way I want to talk to you.
If you don't like it,
turn your
Talk to you. You have a problem? Turn off your station.
Turn off your station. All right, don't turn off your station now because I'm giving you money.
All right.
All right, here we go. I know you Dodger fans. Cover your ears. Everybody at this station is Dodger fans. It's sickening. But anyway, cover your ears.
Let me put my money on the opposite. What you about to say with that?
Philadelphia Phillies.
Versus the Padres?
No, plus 1.5. I'm taking the Phillies tonight, plus the 1.5. And I think that they salvage one game.
Okay.
And they might lose tomorrow, but they're going to win tonight. I had Seattle minus 1.5. Of course, this was all posted by Elijah earlier on social. So that was Seattle minus 1.5. That did not work out. So you know I got a loss there. I got the Yankees minus 1.5. They trail 1-0, bottom of the third. And I had the Cubs plus 1.5 runs. And the Cubs are actually winning 4-3. Plus they're going to get a 1.5. So Cubs plus 1.5, Yankees minus 1.5, Seattle minus 1.5. That didn't work out. And the Phillies plus 1.5. And remember, I'm not telling you who to bet on. I'm telling you who I bet on.
All right. There you have it. And now it's time for your tire rack play of the day.
The 2-2, swing a line shot, base hit into center. Tigers going to tie it up. Jones around third. Baez, big turn and hold at first. 3-3, game in the fifth.
Tigers radio there, big game for the Tigers. They win, force a game 5. That'll be a good one. And that was your Tire Rack play of the day, brought to you by Tire Rack for over 40 years. Tire Rack has been helping customers find the right tires for how, what, and where they drive. Ship fast and free, backed by free road hazard protection with convenient installation options like mobile tire installation. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be. And we talked about it, man. Baseball has that thing where the averages at some point, right? You can be in a slump for a couple of weeks, and you're going to get back, and then you're hot. We've seen teams where they can't hit, and that was the Tigers. I mean, my gosh, if you're Scooble, you're like, dude, I gave up a couple solo home runs, few hits, and you guys can't get a run. You can't, help me out a little bit.
Right. And you can't give me 2 or 3 runs, my God.
And the bats have been horrible. They've been flat. They've
they
not
were down
been alive.
3-0 today. Did you
100%.
think that, like, oh, my God? Did you really?
No.
Okay.
I had a dude at the crib plumbing. A plumber came in.
Yes.
He apparently, I told Rob G, by the way, after the whole ordeal, he goes, oh, yeah, it'll be this much, boo-boo. And he goes, by the way, man, do I know you? I'm like, I don't. He's like, yeah, man, like, are you a sports analyst or something? I don't know. And I was like, yeah, man, I do, I do the news in the morning. And then he's like, and I brought the Odd Couple. He's like, oh, dude. And he's like a big fan.
Is that right?
And his best friend is a huge fan. Like, he listens to us. He's an Indianapolis Pacer fan, so he has to listen. And he does a whole thing.
We're going back to Indiana?
Yeah, going back to
Indiana.
Maybe you probably made his day with that.
You know the only question I got whenever you bring up a plumber.
Something about his crack?
Did you see his butt crack? I just want to know.
First of all, why do you want to know
Caution.
if I saw his butt crack? That's number one. Number two, I can't express to you how much I avoided the possibility of seeing that.
Alex, am I wrong? We want to know if it was butt crack city for the plumbers, because the plumbers.
But you're too giddy. Like, you're like, ooh, was it butt crack? Like, why do you want to know this?
Good one.
No, I did not see it. In fact, I think because of that, I think he had on a full jumpsuit, not like a split pants and jacket. They had a full jumpsuit.
I would have wanted a refund, but you're usually going to get a show when the plumber comes
man.
by.
This is not a Magic City Monday.
Rob,
no,
caution.
It's a Worship Wednesday. Let me tell you about what I didn't want to see. He better caulk up that crack. He better put some caulk in it. He better cement that crack. He better plaster that crack. I don't want to see that.
I'm anti-crack. I'm anti-crack.
Does this qualify as Aaron Judge, the captain of the Yankees, moment in the playoffs? All right, so for those of you who are late to the party, welcome. So this is a 3-run home run in the 4th inning of the divisional series Game 3. Is the bar that low now for the New York Yankees? Is that where we have reached? This is a new low for the New York Yankees. That Babe Ruth is rolling over in his grave, and Lou Gehrig is shaking his head deep in the ground somewhere, and Joltin' Joe DiMaggio cannot believe that this is the Yankees. This is the modern Yankees. That Aaron Judge had his moment in the divisional round Game 3 tying home run. So I guess we're grading on a curve now. Is that what we're doing now with the Yankees? Is that how we're doing it? Yeah, if you're wearing pinstripes, you get graded on a curve. That's good. That's solid.
He better caulk up that crack.
Like he had a walk-off home run in Game 7 of the World Series. I was like, calm down. Just calm down a little bit.
He better caulk up that crack.
You do not need to force it. There's a very good chance that the Yankees still lose this series. So what do you say then? Let me just forget about it? Listen, Aaron Judge has been awesome in the regular season. Not always so good in the postseason, right? The dude's been more, instead of Aaron Judge, he's been Aaron Jury duty in the playoffs. And often watching Aaron Judge in the playoffs compared to the regular season is often a long, boring experience, and you just can't seem to get out of it. He can't get out of it either.
He better caulk up that crack.
See, again, this is the kind of stuff that drives me bonkers. I'm probably the only one, I admit it. Other people don't seem to care because this has been going on for years, but for me, it bothers me. You don't need to romanticize everything. Not everything is a romantic Hallmark movie. You don't need to do it. Okay, it's okay. It's like going down to the Bronx Diner. Right, watching the coverage of Aaron Judge, you go down to the Bronx Diner, and the menu had a main course of hyperbole, and the side dish was exaggeration. That was the Aaron Judge meal there. The broadcasters who fall in love with the story. It's all about the story before the story's been written. They've already put the story out there. Like that's the. They want that. Back in the day, it was called the Reggie moment, where they've been waiting for years to crown Aaron Judge, and the big mammoth home run Judge hits. Okay, there you go. It's like it's not some kind of cinematic breakthrough for Aaron Judge. It's not. Now, unfortunately, Aaron Judge's moment, and this is the reality. I'll be the grown up in the room here. So Aaron Judge's moment in playoff baseball, his moment happened in the 2024 World Series when the announcer said, "Oh my God, Aaron Judge muffed it." He muffed the fly ball in center field during Game 5. My favorite inning in Yankee baseball history, by the way. Game 5, the 5th inning of Game 5 of the 2024 World Series, when he literally dropped the ball. Not my opinion. He literally dropped the ball.
October baseball continues as the Yankees are trying to keep their season alive. Ryan McMahon just tied the game with a solo shot in the third inning, so it's 1-1 against the Blue Jays. Bottom of the third, it's Game 4 of the ALDS where Toronto leads the series 2-1, and you can catch all the action on FS1. Jake Bauers cut Milwaukee's deficit to 1 with a solo shot. The Cubs are still up, though, 4-3. Top of the 8th inning in Game 3 of the NLDS, where Milwaukee leads the series 2-0. The Tigers kept their season alive, scoring 9 unanswered runs to defeat the Mariners 9-3. Game 5 will take place in Seattle on Friday. The NCAA approved a single January transfer window in college football that will allow players on teams in postseason games to remain eligible before entering the portal. And no practice today for Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson as he continues to deal with a strained hamstring. Amancio Bolaños.
Can this sports writer and this sports fan share a radio show without driving each other crazy? Now, live from the Fox Sports Radio studios, here's Fox Sports Radio's Odd Couple, Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington.
All right, hour number 2 here on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington. Aches and pains can sneak in during the holiday hustle and bustle. Aleve can help you forget the pain, make happy memories instead with just one pill. Aleve provides up to 12 hours of body pain relief. So you can keep moving. That's right. Use as directed. Don't forget to check out a brand new YouTube channel. Elijah's doing a great job on it. You should check it out.
Never heard of him.
Really is. That's right.
I mean, we never heard of him, but that guy,
Never heard of him.
the alleged guy, he's doing pretty good. He better caulk up that crack.
That's right. Man, I'm glad I didn't say that.
Did I
do that? No, I did not do that.
Listen, I stand by it. I ain't trying to see the crack. He better caulk up that crack. I don't want to see it.
And you can also watch us live on YouTube right now. That's right. We are simulcast right now on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe the button. That's right. You better go ahead and do it. And don't stop there. Hit the thumbs up icon or comment away. Let us know how we're doing. Who's the better Odd Couple member here, me or
Rob Parker?
There we go. We don't have one for Kelvin.
I'm not listening.
Check us
the
out.
streets know. Hey.
On YouTube and watch
He
us
better
live.
caulk up that crack.
That's right now. Just search Odd Couple FSR and subscribe. All right. We got a lot to get to, including One's Gotta Go. That's going to be later on in this hour number 2 of the program. Rob G, there's a story that's troublesome to me when I hear this, and it has to do with the Indianapolis Colts and one said quarterback. What is the story here?
Well, it's involving friend of the show, Jeremy Fowler. So for you to say that it's troubling is really disappointing, Rob. Because Jeremy
friends like that.
He worked really hard on this story.
I got it, but it's the information is troubling to me.
Negativity. So Jeremy
They
Fowler.
say I'm the most negative guy on the radio. Is that true?
Yes.
You answered that too quickly. What kind of producer?
But that's your brand. You're riding, you're ripping, right?
That's true.
Am I? No,
I've never
seriously.
heard say if I'm riding, I'm
you did literally
celebrating.
say if I'm riding,
Yeah.
I'm ripping. You did say that.
Alex, I'm the most negative guy on the radio.
Now they always say congratulations.
Wow.
I mean, you know.
Your takes are negative. Your disposition is all positive, though, Rob.
Yes.
You know,
I was going to say, did Mike Harmon quit?
Wow. And that's just it.
See?
Get him on.
You thought me meant when you're talking about sports. No, we're talking about everybody else. Doug Gottlieb, Harmon, Jason Smith. All right, hey, yo, I already know. Let me go back to some shows, man. I wasn't here. When my back was turned, what you had to say?
It's going to be on site with Dub, too, just by association.
I ain't going to lie. I was nervous. I was shook at Super Bowl weekend. I didn't know where.
You thought we were going to throw hands?
Listen, I got PTSD from being in Detroit and spending 5 years in Flint, Michigan. I just didn't know where this was going to go. I didn't know if you was. And I told y'all, I'm gang. So I'm with you, then I got to be with you.
Wow.
We'll talk about it later. In the car, I'm like, why'd you do that? Why'd you say that? But when I'm with you, I got to be with you.
All right, guys, back to the big story. Jeremy Fowler, Dan Graziano do their weekly buzz column for ESPN. And this week, one of the questions they posed out was, who's going to be the next big extension? We get extensions throughout the season. Usually before the trade deadline is when we get the last of the calendar year. And Fowler says, well, first, Aiden Hutchinson is probably the most likely.
Now, that makes sense.
Yeah.
He's healthy this year. They're doing well.
Sure.
That makes a lot of
It's
sense.
their guy that they drafted, right? So I get all that.
And then the very next sentence he says, but the real answer might be the Indianapolis quarterback who we just discussed in the previous portion. Graziano follows up to say, I'm fascinated to see whether the Colts would do something with Jones in season. This one is complicated because the rules say you must wait a year after signing a guy if you want to adjust his contract in a way that makes his cap number go up. But there are certainly ways the Colts could do that if they choose. They also add, people around the league have been very impressed by Indiana Jones so far with the Colts. The only question mark right now is, can he stay healthy?
And I got news. Is this mic on? Hello? This is going out to the Indianapolis Colts, their ownership, management, general manager, all that kind of stuff. The guy who sells in the ticket window. I hope everybody in Indianapolis is listening. Don't do it! Do it! Don't do it! Do not sign Daniel Jones off a premature, way too early, haven't beaten anybody, kind of start to the season. We've seen this before. Do you remember the New York Football Giants picked Daniel Jones over Saquon Barkley after they beat the bad defensive team, the Minnesota Vikings, in the playoffs? You remember that? Mm-hmm. Oh, he's arrived. He won a playoff game. And then they went out and signed him and said, we're not going to sign Saquon. We'll sign Daniel Jones. And they realized they made a mistake right away. Dude, what are you doing? They've beaten the Dolphins, Broncos, Titans, and Raiders. Really?
Don't do that.
Don't do it. Daniel Jones, no. Can I give you an old TV reference? I'd rather have Barnaby Jones than Daniel Jones. And he's dead. No. Do not do it. Don't fall for it. Don't go for the okey doke. This is smoke and mirrors. Something's fishy here because they're not playing any good teams. Daniel Jones has plenty of tape. And it never went straight to the movies theater. It went to Blockbuster first.
Redbox?
That's the kind of quarterback he is. Don't fool yourself. And I know what you're saying. Well, Baker Mayfield went somewhere else, and then it turned out to be great. For every Baker Mayfield, there's a Geno Smith, a Justin Fields. There's a plethora of quarterbacks who moved to other places and things didn't work out. So don't give me it's just a change of scenery and they got a better offensive coordinator and they had more weapons and that's all Daniel Jones needed. And once he left the Giants, and he's going to be this guy. No. What happened with Minnesota last year?
You talking about
with Sam Darnold, right? They didn't want. They saw in the biggest games of the year. He melted down. He turned to goo. No, thank you.
I bet they wish they had him
now.
No,
they don't.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, nobody cares about the regular season. They're trying to win. All I'm saying is, if you're the Indianapolis Colts, do not fall for the okey doke. Look at Daniel Jones. He hasn't beat anyone. I'm not giving this guy a new contract.
I'm not in a rush to sign Daniel Jones. I don't think this is to me, I don't view this as a Daniel Jones thing. I think this is more of a Shane Steichen thing. I think the head coach there, former offensive coordinator for the Eagles, former offensive coordinator for the Chargers, I think this is a similar to a Kyle Shanahan thing where he believes what he does, when I get my guy, we're going to produce. When I get the guy that I need, along with this offense, you got one of the best running backs in Jonathan Taylor, who's been going crazy this year, by the way. We don't talk about him. You got a good receiving core, and you got a mobile Daniel Jones. I think it's him saying, I like this guy. And again, this is a report, so we don't know if they're going to do it this year. We don't know how that'll work out. But I think the bank is on him, saying this is what I do. I'm able to be, and had this Colts team compete in the last couple years better than they really should have been with some of the wins that they've had. So I think he's looking at him and says he fits the system I like Kyle Shanahan. When you get me my guy, I'm able to produce. When you give me my guy, I get the best out of you. And that's what we're seeing out of Daniel Jones right now.
No, but my issue is they haven't beaten anybody. Like seriously, look at the team that they've beaten.
Well, so
that's my issue.
They beat the Broncos, which is a good team, and they should have beaten the Rams if the receiver runs in the end zone like we talked about a couple of days ago when I had to say ain't nobody got time for everybody dropping the ball at the end zone. They could have won that game. So they have some quality wins and should have been wins on their resume.
Should have been? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, that game was obvious. Dude's in the end zone. I don't know what the epidemic of dropping the ball is, but I just believe that's what it is. And again, that's why I said I understand your hesitation. Daniel Jones has not been doing this for 2, 3, 4 years.
But they did this already. The New York Football Giants gave him a deal after they beat Minnesota in the playoffs, thinking that he had arrived.
No, I know. But I think that team does not have the offensive
but they won a playoff game is what I'm trying to tell you. So they go on the road. They beat the Vikings
the Browns
in Minnesota.
won a playoff game a handful of years ago, too.
Yeah, that was Baker Mayfield.
Mayfield. Right. And I'm saying sometimes you got to go and you go somewhere else and find something. So I get the idea that Steichen may feel I found a guy that I can work with. And I'll say this. The reason why you have these conversations now is because you can mess around and get them for the low, as they say in the streets. You can get him for the low because if I got to wait, he has another. Let's say he
could be in the clearance bin and I'll pass.
I don't know. I've seen you at Ross. I know how you get busy. You ain't turning down no $7.99.
Especially if it's my size.
Yeah. Let's say he has a really good season. They end up 12-5, 11-6. He's a really good season.
They got a cupcake schedule. I didn't realize. Are they all bad teams they're playing?
And let's say he mess around and has a good season and does it again. Now that cost goes up.
They got so many cupcakes on that schedule. I got a toothache just looking at the schedule.
He would fit around some guys, and if you got your Tua's getting $53 million. I think you'd rather have that one back. There's a handful of other guys getting some money around that.
Yeah, but those
40s.
are people that you drafted and you have to make a commitment to. Daniel Jones, you didn't draft. It's not the same.
No, but that's what I'm saying. So if he's a guy that you get and you believe in for $32, $34 million.
I don't believe in him is what I'm trying to sell.
I know. Steichen does. Steichen believes, and not only does he believe in him, he believes in himself. That's the biggest part for me. He believes in him saying, I got the guy. Just like I brought up Kyle Shanahan. You give me Jimmy G.
So it's funny, the guy that was Mr. Irrelevant, Brock Purdy, isn't playing and they're 4-1.
That's what I'm saying.
So did you really need to sign Brock Purdy?
No, but when you get a guy like I still think Brock Purdy is the better player. Mac Jones is absolutely having a lot of success right now, and that's part of being in that system is the success opportunities will be there because of the way their system is set up, and they're able to manipulate and move the game to fit you. That's a compliment to Kyle Shanahan and a couple of other coaches who are able to do that. But I think Brock Purdy's a better complete. His ceiling is higher than Mac Jones. But yeah, so that's why I think this is. I think it's Daniel Jones is playing well. He's my type of guy, but it's more about me, Steichen, what I believe I can do.
I'm not touching Daniel Jones with a 10-foot pole. 877-99 on Fox is our telephone number, 877-996-6369. Should the Colts consider offering Daniel Jones a contract extension? We'll continue this conversation next with you. It is The Odd Couple on a Worship Wednesday. Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington, right here on Fox Sports Radio. And you know what you need to do. Stick and stay.
Unless you're trying to back up the Brinks truck for Daniel Jones in the US of A.
Beep, beep. He better conk up that crack. Quarterback rating and all that. And I thought Trevor Lawrence staying in it, They got to the inch-yard line, fumbles, gives the ball back to the Chiefs. Chiefs go up a couple of times, up double digits, and you're thinking this game is over. And he was able to fight back, he and the team, and find a way to win. And I just thought that was a good win for a new head coach, good win for Trevor Lawrence. Kind of not nowhere near as bad, but kind of like the only playoff win he has. We threw the 4 interceptions and made that epic comeback and ended up winning against the Chargers. But I looked at that for him, for a guy who always has the hype, for always has the name, and everybody has these expectations. He finally had a big Monday night game we're all watching against a team that's had so much success over the last 6 years. How will you fight? How will you be able to get a win? And he was able to the very end, right? Stumbling, fumbling, bumbling, getting up, and still getting in that end zone. So I thought for him it wasn't pretty. You look at his stat line, it wasn't amazing. But he had 221 yards. He had a touchdown. He had an interception. He also had that fumble, but he still rushed for a bunch of yards. That's another good point. Sometimes he is trying to be too perfect, too methodical, here's my one read, here's my second read. But sometimes Josh Allen, Lamar, Patrick Mahomes, these guys, prime Aaron Rodgers, Ben Roethlisberger, sometimes you got to make a play, period. And I thought he did a great job of that too, getting out of the pocket, using his legs. He's a freaking athlete. Use them legs. It's 2025. This ain't 1989. You don't have to stay in the pocket. He got out there. He used his athleticism and into the literal last play and was able to find a way to go to win for his team. So I thought that was a way to win a game when it wasn't perfect for you, but you competed and got the dub for your team.
So that playoff game he came back against the Chargers, you don't think about that game? When they were down 20-0
I just referenced it.
Yeah, but I'm saying that wouldn't be his signature game? Or?
I'm saying this was if it's the
I'm just
last
asking.
one in 3-4 years?
But I'm just saying, to me, that's a signature game. Down 28-0 in the playoffs and win that game. All right, I didn't look at the game. I mean, it was big for them to go up 4-1, but I looked at it from the Chiefs' standpoint that you just mentioned it, that the interception, that changed the game. They were up 14-0 in that game. Looked like they were in control. Mm-hmm. So they gave up a 14-point lead. There's a play that we've seen a few now where Chris Jones is standing there during the touchdown. Like I don't know if he's counting the attendance or I have no idea. As a defensive player, the quarterback is live and moving, and you don't move to go towards him.
He said, I tried. Get somebody else to do it.
No, like
I bust through the line.
Even if you run, I can't get there, but he just stood there. Like it was shocking. And that's the kind of game that the Chiefs win, right? You always talk about it. Mahomes, the last play, whatever. The Chiefs always seem to win the close ones. Now all those games are going against them. Whether it's, the baseball, the football gods correcting itself because 11-0 is ridiculous.
That was insane.
Okay,
no doubt about it.
That was insane, and we talked about it. How many times we've seen how many times we've seen that situation? But I'm just saying, in this case, I looked at the Chiefs and I look at them not the same way that I used to. And this year with their record, 3 losses, they should beat Jacksonville. You know what I mean? Like, seriously, if they were back after Baltimore, everybody proclaimed them back. Oh, look, they're righted. They're there. Patrick still had the big interception. That swung the game. Don't you believe that? That swung the game. They were ready to go into the end zone, and instead, a 99-yard interception return the other way. It changed the game. Those aren't the mistakes that he usually makes, and they allowed Jacksonville. And I'll give you this. Trevor Lawrence made some great throws.
Oh, he made two incredible throws.
During that, no doubt. I mean, they were really, really good. But still, I just see that the Chiefs are different to me.
Great play there. That's it. The Cubs won 4-3.
I did pull out.
They pulled it off. Now in the series, 2-1. They win game 3, force a game 4.
Fly to W in Chicago.
Yeah. We got a good one there, tied up. We got the
you knew the Cubs. Like I said, I expect the Phillies to win tonight. I do. I really like these teams.
They're fighting for their playoff
Yeah,
lives.
they're fighting for their lives. Like, to get swept would be crazy to me if they got swept.
So, yeah, Monty will get you situated with all the scores and everything happening in just a little bit. Right now, don't forget that for over 40 years, Tire Rack has been helping customers find the right tires for how, what, and where they drive. Ship fast and free, backed by free road hazard protection with convenient installation options like mobile tire installation. TireRack.com. It is the way tire buying should be. Daniel Jones, little possibility of saying maybe him getting extended in Indianapolis with the Colts. You in on that? You say nah. You say pump your brakes. You say, hey, he looks good. 877-99 on Fox. Let's take a couple calls.
All right, Elias in Tucson. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Elias?
How you guys doing tonight?
Doing
well.
great. Are we doing great?
That's great to hear. Look, I got to agree and I got to disagree with Rob. First, I don't think they should sign Daniel Jones. Not yet, anyways. I mean, look, it's barely week 5. He hasn't beaten anyone yet.
Right.
And, look, we cannot be talking about signing anybody this early in the season. However, I do think there's potential, and I think the Colts may have found their guy. If, Baker Mayfield left the Browns, and the Browns are a very flawed organization. Their success, they haven't found success at all outside of that one playoff win with Baker Mayfield. Daniel Jones, there's a ton of parallels here. Daniel Jones is leaving the Giants, who are, again, a flawed organization. He's going to a much better, well-managed Colts team. I think, it's all about what team you play for, how the team is
It's
run.
not just about what team you play for. Come on. I disagree with that. And they found their guy because they beat 4 cupcakes to start the season? Stop. I just think Elias is too early.
I'm okay with
win me
that.
some good games. That's all I'm saying. Beat me some good teams. Let me see what's going on. Win me a playoff game. Do something more before I just do this. The Giants did it. Minnesota had Daniel Jones that year, threw for 300 yards twice in the entire season. And guess who it was
He
against?
had 12
touchdowns.
touchdowns?
It was like 12 touchdowns in 16 games or something like that. And the two teams the team that he threw for 300 yards were the Minnesota Vikings, who had that year the worst defense in the league. Okay, that was the team they beat in the playoffs, and they decided to sign him, and then they regretted it almost immediately. Right, the next year, remember, they were like, "Oh my God, what do we do?"
I don't mind a little adversity with my guy. Like I told you, Brock Purdy earned his money the time that he beat the Lions in the NFC Championship game. That's when he earned that money. Even last season wasn't great.
Have paid him.
And I hear you, but he earned that money when they said, we were down in a massive game. You put us on your back. And
I
so
would
I
have
don't
said,
mind
well,
some
that was the
adversity.
Lions choked, and you got lucky.
But they choked because they were making plays, and they start coming back, and they got tight.
Pay
Lions
that
got
man
tight.
his money.
And, yeah. You got a row of Oreos? You've seen the movie.
Tim, Chili Tim in Atlanta. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. And Rob G, I got a bone to pick with Chili Tim.
Oh, what?
Chili Tim.
Why?
What's that, Rob?
The last 8 times you've been on, I've kept track. I got my little
Chili. I seen your
Chili
folder
Tim
here.
Got my Chili.
5, 6.
My Chili. If you're watching us on YouTube, I got my Chili Tim folder.
Okay, what he been doing?
And 7 out of the last 8 times he's called the rip on me, Chili Tim. I thought
Could this be 8 out of 9?
I thought we were bros.
Rob, I'm with you this time. And
Okay.
Congratulations on your press box this weekend, man. That's awesome.
Man,
I'm
thank
proud
you.
of you, my brother.
Nah, I appreciate that. Thank you.
You got a
Chili
tissue
Tim.
for me?
Chili Tim, I want you to know that school's been around since 1893.
You wouldn't have been able to go back then.
That's right.
Wow. Yeah, he might have been cleaning the press box.
That's
Yeah,
right.
you've been cleaning it.
But two
Ain't that a
quick
blip?
points.
Racist.
No, that's factual. Unfortunately, it's factual.
That's factual. Exactly.
That's the bad part about it.
2 quick points. So let's stop the comparison to Baker Mayfield, because Baker Mayfield was pretty successful in Cleveland. I mean, even with the bad
yes.
Yeah, he was successful. So don't compare. And 2, with Daniel Jones, weren't these the same guys that thought they had that guy, Anthony Richardson? Isn't this the same outfit that thought they had the same guy? So I'm not buying it with Daniel Jones right now. I'm like this.
Take your time, wait and see, because ever since Andrew Luck, you've been, trying to find your way. So let's wait and see, because if you do it again, how much further are you going to set back this organization? And besides, I don't even think they're the best team in that conference. Jacksonville has beaten Kansas City and San Francisco.
Yeah.
So, they have quality wins. So let's hold off. Let's see what he does. Don't make a mistake again twice, because if you do it this time, you're still going to be back looking for the next Andrew Luck. So let's
there
hold
you
off
go.
and let's see what he does.
That's a great call by Chili Tim.
They got Anthony
He's one of our
Richardson.
best callers.
Oh, now he's back now?
He's back.
Okay, so
You're
make
back
sure
in
he's
the fold,
he's
my
in good
man.
graces.
Absolutely.
Anthony Richardson was one of the worst. That's 30 for 30. What if I told you they took a project that no one else said you should take that early? Like what? Dude, it was so bad, Monty. His completion percentage was like Steph Curry's three-point percentage. It was like 48. Like it was bad.
No, it was bad. And so I guess I'm just wondering here. I don't know if we cut it early here. Alex did.
You did, Monty.
Alex was transitioning here
But
trying
I
to.
said her name. My bad, Alex.
No, you're good.
Yeah.
I just followed the rules.
Yeah, I said her name. But
So,
that's cool.
Rob, if the Colts beat a good team that you think is good, you're going to change your tune about Daniel Jones?
Have you heard him for
That's why I'm
7
confused,
years?
because it's like the Colts have not had a quarterback that has been able to do what he has done. Anthony Richardson did nothing. For the first time, Jonathan Taylor's pass protection numbers are up. Why? Because he's like, I have a quarterback that if he throws the ball well, thanks to our O-line, I'm going to have an open field to run the ball. So it's kind of like everything's fitting together for the Colts and Daniel Jones. And I think you're going to be eating your words, Rob. Not that you do that.
Eat your words,
Even when you're wrong,
son.
you don't do that.
Sutton.
I was wrong.
He just wrote you on the list now. You're on his.
I'm back on the list
you're
over
on the,
Chili.
It says Chili, scratched off.
And then me.
Monty.
And now
And now Monty's on that. Can you put it with a pencil so it can be erased?
You know what? I wrote it with a black marker.
With a permanent marker? All right. Well, I'll erase that when you feel a little bit better.
I got you. When he goes the next time, you go get some baked chicken.
There we go. The Cubs managed to keep their season alive, guys. They defeated the Brewers 4-3. All of those 4 runs for Chicago came in the first inning. So Milwaukee still leads the series 2-1. Game 4 is going to be tomorrow in Chicago. Tigers kept their season alive. They tied the series of the ALDS against the Mariners. They won it 9-3. Game 5 of that will be on Friday in Seattle. While the Yankees and the Blue Jays are tied at 1 apiece. It's top of the 5th inning in the Bronx. Yankees trying to keep their season alive in the ALDS as Toronto leads this series 2-1. And of course, still to come, will the Dodgers bring out the brooms? We'll see in Game 3 of the NLDS against the Phillies, where LA leads the series 2-0. First pitch is at 9:08 Eastern time. NHL is also here, guys. We've got hockey. We've got it all. When it comes to the NHL games, Canadians are edging the Maple Leafs 2-1. Still early in the second period. What about the WNBA? It is the finals between the Aces and the Mercury. And right now, the Aces are up. Why? I don't have it. My TV, of course, is not showing me the score, but I think the Aces are up as they're talking to Jewel Lloyd right now as she just hit a 3. Apologize that I don't know because it's not 26-23. Thank you. After the
Up
first
3,
quarter. There we go. Up 3. There we go.
I'm all in. Robbie is too.
I know. I was like, this is when you're talking to Holly Rowe right now and not giving me a score. Worst time. When it comes to NFL news, Raiders tight end Brock Bowers did not practice today due to his knee injury. No practice for Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson because of his hamstring injury. Cardinals quarterback Kyler Murray didn't practice today. He's considered day-to-day with a foot injury. And NBA news here, guys. TMZ reports that a Lakers fan is suing LeBron James for allegedly tricking him with the second decision announcement that he made this week, turning out to be an ad for Hennessy. The fan says that he bought 2 tickets for the final Lakers home game against the Cavaliers in late March. He paid $865 for 2 tickets. That is what he is suing LeBron for, saying that when the announcement was made that it was an ad, obviously the value dropped from the tickets. And he said, I wouldn't have bought the tickets. I thought you were retiring. Back to you. LeBron has not commented.
I love that.
I love that.
You would love that.
I do too. I find it funny.
He might get a few suits though. Low key, people might do that because I saw some people tickets got crazy.
Yes,
they'll probably be won't be accepted or be frivolous and all that. But a lot of people went and bought those second market tickets for all of that.
Wrong. Yeah. Absolutely.
Crazy markup too.
He should have just put hashtag not retiring.
Well, he tried to before the like the Hennessy thing came on. Like he tried to get it out quickly before because I think that was happening. And somebody probably said you might want to just, I don't know.
But in his post, he didn't put that.
No, I had to look it up, but he put something out there like maybe even in a tweet or something like no, not, or the Lakers somebody put not retiring out before like the Hennessy dropped.
I could hear all the Laker fans who bought those tickets. They're saying this.
What are they saying? Yeah, they were duped.
They got duped.
But I'm mad at them for getting duped, to be honest with you. Like he wasn't gonna announce it like this. Like you knew.
No,
this
you
was
don't know
be,
what's going on, and that's why you don't. And people ran and bought tickets.
Lay's potato chips is what I thought.
No,
sour cream or barbecue. I thought it was. I have a tough decision to make. Do I go with sour cream or do I go with Lay's barbecue? That's what I thought it was gonna be.
It would be like telling people to go to Blaze Pizza and not showing up, and he's in the pool that day. You remember that?
Oh, I do remember that.
Yes, I do remember that.
While you were getting your pizza with no cheese on it. Oh, that's just bad. All right, thank you, Monty. Appreciate it.
Yep.
Odd Couple, Rob and Kelvin on a Worship Wednesday. Aches and pains, well, they can sneak in during the holiday hustle and bustle. Aleve can help you forget the pain, make happy memories instead. With just one pill, Aleve provides up to 12 hours of body pain relief so you can keep moving. Use as directed. Somebody who ain't moving right now, future first ballot Hall of Famer Russell Westbrook is teamless as we sit here today. But Kevin Durant talked about it a little bit and his thoughts on where Russ is.
Russ is a legend, and I think he deserves to be in the NBA right now, and I think he deserves to walk out of the NBA on his terms. So, yeah, that'll be dope. But it's not my decision. It's not my decision. Leaving that up to whoever makes those decisions for now.
Kevin Durant, obviously, seems like they worked out some cupcake issues over the years. Seems like they got it. Like they're cool. You know, I'll say this, Rob. Mercurial players, guys who are volatile, energy, effort, like you know, kind of can rub you the wrong way at times. Russell Westbrook's a first ballot Hall of Famer. He's been an MVP. He's been incredible. One of the best players of his generation. That's not a doubt.
Until you watch him every day.
But I can't lie. We talked about that. When you watch him every day, there are some things that you say, you scratch your head. When you just see the highlights when he was in OKC, it was a little different. Oh, and he was a Laker, Clipper. You see some plays, you're like, ooh. But with that being said, and that does play a role, by the way, what you just mentioned there. This isn't that uncommon. We've had guys who've been good players, guys who've been Hall of Fame players, or who potentially now Hall of Fame, and Carmelo Anthony. You got guys like Dwight Howard. You got guys who are not Hall of Fame, guys who are really good, and Steven Jackson, Kenyon Martin, Nate Robinson. When you get guys who the league just all of a sudden just says, nah, we're kind of out on, even if they still got something left in the tank, even if they can still give you 10, 12, 15 points
it's
a night.
not all of that. Like they were out on Carmelo because he wouldn't want to come off the bench.
But that's what I'm saying. When you have
out on him,
when
they
you
realize he doesn't want to do it. Allen Iverson got out of the league earlier because he didn't want to do that.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
But that's what I'm saying. If they view you as it's not. It maybe not worth the headache, maybe not worth the having to deal with. Will he start? Will he come off the bench? This happens. I do believe someone's going to pick Russell Westbrook up. You look at teams. I mean, that's why the Rockets came up because they lost Fred VanVleet to injury. So Russell Westbrook is going to land on the team. It is a bit strange, maybe that he signed. He didn't reach. He had a player option with Denver. Like I don't know why he didn't take that. I don't know. They seemed like he worked well with them, and him and Jokic got along. They were. Both kind of got triple-double guys seeing eye to eye. So I don't know what that was all about. But this is weird, man. It gets weird towards the end of the career because not everybody can have a Chris Paul where I can go to other teams, but they still want me. Maybe it's the leadership. Maybe it's I know exactly what you're going to get from Chris Paul. He's going to steady the offense. And it can get weird for guys who are still have talent, still pretty good, still can produce, and still potentially Hall of Fame guys towards the end. And we see this before. And it kind of sucks to see a guy like Russell, what he's meant to this league the last 15, so years.
But he's played. They've paid him. I don't know what other do they owe him.
No, they don't owe him anything.
They don't owe him anything. Like he has a right to go out or whatever he want to do, leave the league. What? Seriously, like the league moves on. You played 15 years. You got paid very handsomely.
To that.
You on some other team. I don't even know. Like this is not what we're doing here. We're looking for some younger guys. We're looking for people not making as much money. Is he going to be happy here? He's been on 5 teams the last 5 years. Maybe they don't want a nomad, a vagabond. You know what I mean? Like we thought he had a good fit with the Clippers, right? He was terrible with the Lakers. He worked out with the Clippers. And then we thought he was good with Denver, right? But he's been on a lot of teams now. I don't know. I mean, there's a reason. Maybe he's looking for more money than people are willing to pay. That guy's been around that long.
I think it's less the money. I think it's where you were going. I think it's fit. Russell Westbrook is kind of an awkward fit because his game is 100% speed and effort. And
you need shooting nowadays in this man's NBA, and he's not a good shooter.
And he's not a setup guard. The reason why Chris Paul has played so long, even though he's been well past his prime, is because he's a setup guard. Bring it, slow the offense down, get guys. He's also known as obviously a floor general on and off the floor. He can teach guys. So Westbrook,
and a de facto general manager. That's why a lot of players don't like him.
That's true. And also the Players Association and all that. But Russell is kind of. It goes in spurts, and it's fast, and there's going to be turnovers involved. There's going to be 2 for 12 night shooting. And I think some teams are just like, nah, I'll pass on that right now. Got some couple young guys I want to develop. And I think he'll sit around, and I think he'll mess around and find the perfect option for him. Come January, February, some team's going to be like, all right, we can make a run. We need a guard. We need somebody coming off the bench, give us a spark. And they'll call Russell. But this does happen. It happens. Carmelo Anthony, 3 or 4 years prior to him walking out the league, you would have never thought we still had juice in the tank that he would be a guy that just phone would not ring because he was a mid-range walking bucket, even at his advanced age.
But
that's what I'm saying.
Don't you remember when he wouldn't
come off the beam? Like, I ain't coming off the beam.
He remember at the press conference when they asked him about coming off the bench, he looked at, I can't remember what team. Well, who was he with, Rob G? And he looked at them, he laughed. OKC, he goes, they think I'm coming off the bench? They
looking like, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He was talking to Paul George at that time. And
the same thing with Allen Iverson.
That's what I'm saying. I was in Detroit during that time.
Yep.
And Allen Iverson could have been, dude, it could have really worked out there.
Why they
because they had lost 3 years in a row.
Chauncey,
that was
you got to give somebody else.
No, but you
brought ripping AI. We're kind of the same guy. Run around.
But you have to give to get. And if you remember, Chauncey went to Denver and they
went
to
the Western Conference Finals.
And Chauncey lost 4 straight conference finals. 3 with the Pistons, and then he went to Denver and they lost.
Yep.
I'm just saying.
Are you saying Chauncey was the reason?
No, I'm just
saying. Is that what you're saying? Hold on,
No, but I'm just saying, he went to 4 straight and lost all 4.
See how we view that so differently. I view it as, wow, Chauncey Billups stayed giving me a chance, and the Nuggets, we weren't really thinking about them too much. He goes over there, helps them bring the championship DNA, and they compete into the Western Conference Finals. They might have went to Game 6 if I'm not mistaken.
It's about getting
and Allen Iverson, the Pistons ain't been right since. See how you said it?
I still can't believe that people think Rob's the most negative man in media. I don't
see it. The Pistons ain't been right. They just got right this past
Rob
year.
G,
that trade had doomed the Pistons. And now you over here like, it was a good trade.
They call me pushover Parker because I'm down with everything. I'm a pushover.
Can't believe you just said that. You mad? He went to the West Conference Final. We ain't seen the Pistons been good since. The Pistons ain't been good since you had a press box pass over there.
Not a press box.
I mean, no, not a press, but you know what I'm saying. That's the last time they were good. I digress. All right, one's got to go, and we're going to do it since we got some great playoff action, a little MLB style. Explain. It's the Odd Couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington on a Worship Wednesday, Fox Sports Radio. Quarterback rating and all that. And I thought Trevor Lawrence staying in it. They got to the inch-yard line, fumbles, gives the ball back to the Chiefs. Chiefs go up a couple of times, up double digits, and you're thinking this game is over. And he was able to fight back, he and the team, and find a way to win. And I just thought that was a good win for a new head coach, good win for Trevor Lawrence. Kind of not nowhere near as bad, but kind of like the only playoff win he has. We threw the 4 interceptions and made that epic comeback and ended up winning against the Chargers. But I looked at that for him, for a guy who always has the hype, for always has the name, and everybody has these expectations. He finally had a big Monday night game we're all watching against a team that's had so much success over the last 6 years. How will you fight? How will you be able to get a win? And he was able to the very end, right? Stumbling, fumbling, bumbling, getting up, and still getting in that end zone. So I thought for him it wasn't pretty. You look at his stat line, it wasn't amazing. But, he had, 221 yards. He had a touchdown. He had an interception. He also had that fumble. But he still rushed for a bunch of yards. That's another good point. Sometimes he is trying to be too perfect, too methodical, here's my one read, here's my second read. But sometimes Josh Allen, Lamar, Patrick Mahomes, these guys, prime Aaron Rodgers, Ben Roethlisberger, sometimes you got to make a play, period. And I thought he did a great job of that too, getting out of the pocket, using the legs. He's a freaking athlete. Use them legs. It's 2025. This ain't 1989. You don't have to stay in the pocket. He got out there. He used his athleticism and into the literal last play and was able to find a way to go to win for his team. So I thought that was a way to win a game when it wasn't perfect for you, but you competed and got the dub for your team.
So that playoff game he came back against the Chargers, you don't think about that game? When they were down 20
yeah,
nothing.
I just referenced it.
Yeah, but I'm saying that wouldn't be his signature game? Or?
I'm saying this was if it's the last
asking.
one in 3-4 years?
But I'm just saying, to me, that's a signature game, down 28 nothing in the playoffs and win that game. All right, I didn't look at the game. I mean, it was big for them to go up 4-1, but I looked at it from the Chiefs' standpoint that you just mentioned it, that the interception, that changed the game. They were up 14 nothing in that game, looked like they were in control. Mm-hmm. So they gave up a 14-point lead. There's a play that we've seen a few now where Chris Jones is standing there during the touchdown. Like I don't know if he's counting the attendance or I have no idea. Like, as a defensive player, the quarterback is live and moving, and you don't move to go towards him.
He said, I tried. Get somebody else to do it.
No, like
I bust through the line.
Even if you run, I can't get there, but he just stood there. Like it was shocking. And that's the kind of game that the Chiefs win, right? You always talk about it. Mahomes, the last play, whatever. The Chiefs always seem to win the close ones. Now all those games are going against them. Whether it's, the baseball, football gods correcting itself because 11-0 is ridiculous.
That was insane.
Okay,
there ain't no doubt about it.
That was insane, and we talked about it. How many times we've seen how many times we've seen that situation? But I'm just saying, in this case, I looked at the Chiefs and I look at them not the same way that I used to. And this year with their record, 3 losses, they should beat Jacksonville. You know what I mean? Like, seriously, if they were back after Baltimore, everybody proclaimed them back. Oh, look, they're righted. They're there. Patrick still had the big interception. That swung the game. Don't you believe that? That swung the game. They were ready to go into the end zone, and instead, a 99-yard interception return the other way. It changed the game. Those aren't the mistakes that he usually makes. And they allowed Jacksonville. And I'll give you this. Trevor Lawrence made some great throws.
Oh, he made two incredible throws.
Two during that, no doubt. I mean, they were really, really good. But still, I just see that the Chiefs are different to me.
Fox Sports Radio, Odd Couple. Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington on a Worship Wednesday. He better caulk up that crack. You got to caulk it up because I ain't trying to see it. If you missed any of today's show, you can catch the podcast. Rob G's working hard on it as we speak. Just search The Odd Couple wherever you get your podcast. Right after the show, today's podcast is going to be posted, so be sure to follow the pod, rate it 5 stars, and you can even provide a review. Again, just search Odd Couple wherever you get your podcast, and you're going to find today's full show and best of version posted right after the end of our show. So go check that out. We are about 20 minutes away from Phillies, Dodgers. Yay. Will they get it done? You say they will. We'll have to see. They got Yoshinobu Yamamoto on the mound. He's been excellent over a period of time throughout the season for them. So we'll keep you updated on that. Let's get some good games going on right now. Toronto up 1 on the Yankees, top of the 6th, and the WNBA Finals game as well.
Hello?
Never heard of it.
No, it's right here. The TV right here. Turn straight at that one. Don't be in here looking like Ray Charles.
The camera's blocking the screen. I can't see it.
I'll give you that. Elijah, move the camera real quick.
No,
Elijah.
don't Elijah. Stay there. Don't move.
Never heard of it.
It's time now for One's Gotta Go.
Hard decisions. So 5's a crowd. Is that what I'm gleaning here? 5's an uneven number. Figure it out.
Hear me out. Hear me out. All right, here we go. Everybody's in. We got Rob G, Rob Parker, Monty, Alex, myself. So we have MLB postseason, which has been fun. It's been great. We got some good games. We had some elimination games. Some teams scaved off elimination, stayed in it. And so I got started to think, man, look at all these beautiful places we got. You got Toronto, you got this, you got that, all these cities. And then I said, hold on. I'm going to list all the cities that they're playing in, but I'm taking out the obvious. So no Chicago, no New York, and L.A. because those are the top 3 markets. They're great. And took them out. So the remaining cities that you have are Philadelphia, Seattle, Detroit, Milwaukee, and Toronto. And the One's Gotta Go is, if I dropped you off in the summer for 3 weeks in one of these cities, which one has to go? Meaning, don't drop me off there. Your list.
This is easy.
Philadelphia, Seattle, Detroit, Milwaukee, and Toronto. Anybody want to go first?
Alex.
I got this.
Okay. Where is it?
Seattle.
Ooh.
Seattle's
rains
beautiful.
way too much.
It does rain a lot. And you know,
here's
he's
the
sun's
worst
out,
part.
buns out guy.
They say dentists have the highest offing rate themselves. I think Seattle's the other place, too. So gloomy. Who wants to be there?
Yeah. Well, you aren't wrong, actually. with
3
that,
weeks?
but-
I'll give you 24 hours.
Okay. That's all you got.
That's
Seattle. Okay. I can understand the
Alex,
rain reason.
I've been to Seattle, and you're right. It's like they have the same weather as London. It rains a lot.
They're cloudy,
rain.
yeah.
Like that. But there's some. I was there in a May stretch for like a week. Beautiful, and
you're lucky.
Beautiful of the mountains. You can see the mountains. I mean, it's really, really was awesome. I gotta admit.
So Seattle stays for you.
So Seattle's staying. If I had to pick one, it would be Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Sorry about that. Brats, beer, cheese, and
tight pants, tighter pants,
Where'd that
shorter
come from?
shorts.
What is that?
I don't know why you said that. I think I told you that you were reading the itinerary for your Golden Girl trip.
Is that what it was?
That's what it was.
Yeah, I'm done with Milwaukee.
Okay, Milwaukee. Rob G.
This one's really easy.
Easy. Which one is it?
Toronto.
Toronto.
Wow. You have not, Rob G. You have not.
Have you been
out
to
of the
Toronto?
country.
Rob, you haven't heard my reasoning.
Okay,
let's see. That's
I
true.
gotta hear this because Toronto.
Go on YouTube because you're on your phone right now. Go on YouTube and just look up Toronto accent and tell me you could survive for 3 weeks or 3 months or 3 days hearing people talk like that.
Okay. Now, growing up outside of Detroit, going to Windsor all the time, as you know.
You can go to Windsor.
You can go to Windsor.
Right over the river.
Right through the bridge or under the water.
And then you take a train ride to Toronto.
Right. But he ain't lying because Windsor has that same accent. And I could elaborate. I could elaborate on that, but I won't. But yeah, like.
He's a Gerber fam.
There's a certain way.
What does that even mean, dude?
Yeah, I'm going to just leave it alone. But a certain way, like certain words that, a lot of, black folk, how we, and they say it a different way. They might go hard on the R. And certain things a little throw you off.
What?
Yeah, I remember I said, hold on, wait, am I supposed to punch him or not? I was like, Wait, I don't.
He seems so casual about
Wait,
it.
I
Like,
don't
I don't know if
schedule. He
this is
dabbed me up
negative.
with it. I was like, wait, is this
all Canadians wear comfortable shoes. They're docile people. What are you?
They are just saying, roll up on me.
Am I right? No, Canadians don't bother anybody.
And
They don't bother.
never
Which
been a
is-
fan of the
am I
metric
right?
system.
Yeah, and this is why they're shocking
All
that
right,
some
the
of our
metric system, I'm
administration is
with you,
taking
yeah.
shots at them. They're like, hey,
What do we do?
We chilling, minding our own business. All right, so we got
We're cold. We're not bothering anybody.
Toronto. We got Toronto. We got Milwaukee. We've got Seattle. Monty.
I have no real good reason, but I'm with Rob. Probably Milwaukee. I would have Wisconsin. I have not been to any of the 4 places, but I think
Wait, you've never been to?
never been to Philadelphia, never been to Detroit, never been to Milwaukee, never been to Toronto.
Wow.
I've been to the others that you mentioned.
Yeah, well, that's
obviously.
why I take them
I know,
off, yeah.
right? So I haven't been to any of those 4, but
You would love Toronto.
I'm sure I would. I
Yeah.
think I would like Detroit. I think
Yeah,
I
you
would
love
like
Detroit now,
Seattle.
Not some years ago.
Maybe, yeah. but-
Toronto is a beautiful.
That's what I said.
city.
You would
Yeah,
love
no,
Toronto.
I'm sure I would, but I am going to look up this accent thing. But I will
It's a
say
real thing.
Brewers.
Go look at
Milwaukee.
early Drake.
But you love cheese.
I do enjoy some
And they're
cheese.
known for cheese.
But I could have cheese here.
But not Milwaukee cheese.
Yeah, it ain't that Midwest. Them cows different. Them cows
They
different.
feed 'em different.
They feed them. They built different. That's why college football, them offensive linemen, over
Okay,
there,
but
eating
y'all,
that
I'm
cheese.
sure I could get Wisconsin from cheese sent to me.
Well, listen, the thing about I'm trying to sell you, and the fact is, it's Milwaukee for me too. Giannis, get out of here. That's why
Y'all
Giannis. That's why Giannis trying to go to New York.
Yep.
He trying to get out of there too.
He didn't try to go. He would have gone if he
He's
really
trying to
wanted
go to New York. They were working on it, and even in August. No, it's Milwaukee for me. I just don't have a desire. Nothing really draws me to Milwaukee. Now, I'm sure if I go, I might be like, wow, it's actually a pretty decent city. Like, a nice shout out to you listening and watching on YouTube who are in Milwaukee. But Toronto ain't going nowhere. Toronto's lit. No, Toronto's dope. Seriously, am I lying, Rob G? Toronto's amazing.
I would just say, you know what?
Oh boy.
You know what they call?
Oh boy.
Be careful.
Rob.
Caution.
Rob.
Anytime
Caution.
it starts with him talking off air to Alex, and
Yep,
then the
when
mic
I see
turns
him
on,
talking
you know
to
it's gonna
Alex,
be
You know what
something
they
bad.
call Pretty Woman in Milwaukee?
Oh, what do they call her?
I don't.
Go and say it,
Actually, I
Rob.
can't
I
think.
didn't
Go
say
ahead
it.
and say
No,
it.
I'm not saying it.
They call him Lucky.
That's very funny.
That's
By
good,
the way,
Alex.
Muncie, did you say Milwaukee?
That was
Milwaukee.
Alex's
I'm
joke.
telling your
Very
boss
nice.
on you.
Oh no, he's fine.
I don't know.
He's a Seahawks
diehard.
fan.
He's a diehard
Yeah,
Milwaukee
he's a Seahawks fan.
Is he
Let's just see if your
where
hours
is
get
he?
cut.
Is he from
He's
Green
from
Bay?
he's from Wisconsin.
Moncie's not here next week. We know why.
If she's suddenly off the schedule and it says TBD, we know why.
Well, if I did add in L.A., New York, and Chicago, are you ever going to say L.A. is the best city? If I did add those, just the best?
I'm getting rid of New York.
Yeah, me too.
I love New York.
What?
It's cold.
Yeah, no.
It is cold.
It is
It is cold, but I
cold.
love New York.
It's up to you. That's a tough one, Rob G. New
Put
York.
the Yankees.
New York for a period of time is there. Like I can't do long New York, but just a few days
God,
in New
no
York
Aaron
is
Judge.
great. Yeah, we.
Wake up, it's Two Pros and a Cup of Joe, Fox Sports Radio.
You ready? Yes. I'm Colin Cowherd. This is The Herd.
You are listening to The Dan Patrick Show.
It's the odd couple. You know what time it is. Let's get it.
Fox Sports Radio. Bigger, bolder, and better than anyone in the game. Fox Sports Radio is the #1 sports audio network.
Diverse, fun, entertaining, and driven by the big sports topics of the day.
They had to bolster the offensive line, which they did.
You finally said something right. Congratulations.
That game was incredible. You are wrong.
You could take that trash somewhere else. Wham! We have a very special connection with our audience, our listeners. People feel that friendship.
And I appreciate your show. I love it.
It's all for you. Thank you.
I'm your favorite fan.
Thank
I
you.
love you.
You're very talented. You're the best.
Thanks for taking my call.
Sure.
Great show.
Thank you, Jim. You sound like Joe Pesci.
How am I funny to you?
I can't help but notice that the W-2s for the quarterback look a lot higher.
That's because we're worth it.
You gotta be kidding.
He never was an elite quarterback.
This team is unstoppable.
He made the right call.
You know that's right.
LeBron James is a legend.
No, he's not. He complains all the time.
You say Brady's the greatest quarterback of all time, but Eli Manning beat him twice. Wrong.
For 25 years, Fox Sports Radio has dominated the sports audio landscape.
With the biggest talent and the best programming available.
We talk sports and we have fun doing it. We talk about life.
Sports radio is where you go after the games are over, and then the discussion begins.
If the Chiefs win.
Sorry, Patrick Mahomes here. What do you mean by if the Chiefs win?
It is live. It is unscripted. No other medium can touch that.
And that's what makes it special.
Yes.
Who wants some?
Bigger,
Bolder.
better.
We are Fox Sports Radio.
Yeah.
In baseball, the Chicago Cubs are still alive.
Cubs lead by a run. Ground ball, one hop. Diving stop, Nico. Throws him out. Ball game over. Cubs win. And there will be a fourth game in this National League Division Series.
You just heard it on the Cubs radio network. That Game 4 against the Brewers is tomorrow in Chicago. The Yankees are trying to keep their season alive, but George Springer has given the Blue Jays the lead with a sac fly, so Toronto is up 2-1, bottom of the 6th inning in Game 4 of the ALDS, and you can catch all the action on FS1. The Tigers are still alive. They defeated the Mariners in Game 4 9-3. Game 5 will take place in Seattle on Friday. In the WNBA Finals, Game 3, Aces up at the half against the Mercury 55-43. And in hockey, the Canadians and the Maple Leafs tied it 2 apiece after the second period. Bruins up on the Capitals 1-0 late in the second period. I'm Monty Olaños.
I've been covering this league since 1987.
Can this this sports writer and this sports fan share a radio show without driving each other crazy. Now, live from the Fox Sports Radio studios, here's Fox Sports Radio's Odd Couple, Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington.
Fox Sports Radio, it is the Odd Couple, hour number 3.
Oh, God.
On a Worship Wednesday, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington with you. You know, sometimes things happen when that baked chicken hits. You know, sometimes when you buy that $1.99 baked chicken, it gets through you, it runs through you sometimes.
Kelvin, it was scrimps.
It was the scrimps, you're right. Was it the $1.50 scrimps that you got?
Yes.
With the iHeartRadio app, you can stream us wherever you happen to be. Catch us in all of our Fox Sports Radio shows live 24/7 in the new and improved iHeartRadio app. Just search Fox Sports Radio in the app to stream us live all day, every day. And be sure to select Fox Sports Radio as one of your presets in the iHeart app. So we'll always pop up at the top of your screen. Coming up bottom of the hour, and we're going to have George Wrighster, host of the Unafraid Show on YouTube.
What did he say wrong this time?
I know, George Wrighster, wrongster. He's
depending on what he
depending
says.
on the day, we'll see. We got him coming up in last call, too, towards the end of the hour, as always. Rob G, so Cardinals, we were talking about the play that the Colts made that, you know, the receiver dropped the ball. Well, that happened again, obviously, this past Sunday as well, which frustrated the head coach. And now a lot of people saw the video that came out all over the social media, right? And then now there's some the team has come down on the coach.
That's right. Amari DiMercato, who you wouldn't expect to know his name were it not for this play, right? He breaks free. He's a fourth-string running back, 70-yard touchdown. Right as he's crossing the end zone plane, he drops the ball, touchback. Titans get the ball back. They eventually win the game.
Which is just a bonehead play.
So it was already he was persona non grata there for about 24 hours. And then someone on social media leaked a video of the sideline interaction between he and Jonathan Gannon. Now, DiMercato looks like he's about to cry. Like his offensive lineman's holding him up. He's really being consoled. And Gannon runs up on him in a fit of rage, yelling in his face, which, you know, he's entitled to. And then on his way past him, it looks almost like either he slaps or he punches DiMercato's arm.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what sent things into a tizzy. And it ultimately led to the Arizona Cardinals dropping a $100,000 fine on their head coach. Well, once that news became public, we have seen a slew of NFL players, former players mostly, chime in on the situation. Most notably, Des Bryant said, I don't agree with the fine whatsoever. Says, quote, I believe it only happened because of the soft-ass world we live in today. If you're an athlete with any kind of integrity and respect for the game, you'll understand this situation. That's led to a bunch of different responses from a few notable players, including Marcus Spears, who I believe is on ESPN.
Yeah.
Says, nah, little Brody, keep your hands off people. If you thought a coach cost you a game and you hemmed him up, they'd crucify you.
Thank you.
And Maurice Jones-Drew, former Pro Bowler, now I think works with the Rams, said to hell with the fine. He should be fired immediately for putting his hands on a player.
And you know what? Thank God for those players. I'm serious, Kelvin.
Yeah.
Who spoke out, because if the roles were reversed and somebody yoked up Pete Carroll for having that call that cost him the Super Bowl, right? Richard Sherman's mad or whatever. They went up and pimp slapped Pete Carroll around like, what was that? Yep. You wouldn't be in the league, right? You would be suspended. You would be all that. You could yell at people. That's a part of coaching. You can't be physical. Remember Tom Izzo was physical with a player, and people came down on him. It ain't about the wussification of America and everybody's soft. No, it's not acceptable. Nuns used to beat the crap out of kids.
That's actually a good point. That's a good point.
Can't do that anymore. Parents are for that. That's not That's not teaching anybody anything. You could get your point across without being physical. Right? That's all. You're a parent. There's a way of doing it. I'm not saying that kids don't deserve to get spanked for certain situations, but you're not coming upside the kid's head every time they take a misstep. And the same thing. Latrell Sprewell yoked up PJ Carlissimo.
He sure
go
did.
look and see, right?
He sure
drummed out the league. If that was PJ doing it to Carlissimo, it would have been, oh, these guys are soft. They can't take hard coaching. That was with Izzo.
Mm-hmm.
Izzo's a yeller. Don't touch the kid. I don't care. I care about these kids. I'm trying to get them to be men. No. Don't be physical, because if somebody yoked you, it would be a problem.
Yep.
Stop with this. Every time somebody don't want to get yoked up, it's because everything's soft now. That's not true. We're smarter than we ever have been. We're more educated. We understand on how these things are. And stuff that was done in the past isn't necessarily the best way, and things have evolved. We don't do the same things we used to do.
Right.
Stop it.
No, listen, there's a couple of things. You just mentioned, you touched on it. Things evolve, right? I'm going to give you an example. Bobby Knight. The stuff Bobby Knight did back in the 70s and 80s, grabbing players up, hemming them up, choking them up.
And got away with it.
Throwing chairs on the court. All that would never fly in 2020s, in 2025. So things do evolve. I'm going to give you another one. A legendary coach who back in 1978 went over and hemmed up and punched the opposing player. Woody Hayes. Do you remember that?
Yep, on the sidelines.
Woody Hayes went up to a Clemson player, hemmed him up, punched him up. My point is, again, and I get it, I understand some people say, man, that's
and
what
Woody Hayes got paid the price for that.
He did. He never coached again and all that. So I bring up those instances to say, I understand back in the day, things happened, this is how it was. But to me, you can't put yourself in a position, again, where now if DeMarcado reacts, what did Rob G said? If you look at the video, he's emotional. He's got like a lineman consoling him. I'm going through it. I'm embarrassed. I'm upset. I'm frustrated at myself. I feel guilty. I'm shameful. And you come over here and make matters worse, and then you put your hands on me. What if I swing on you now? Just because I'm already in that bad emotional state. Now you come, put your hand all in my chest, swing on me like that, and now I punch just out of natural reaction. Now I'm the bad guy. Now maybe the league comes down on me.
The league would come down on you.
And now it's 2-game, 3-game, 4-game suspend, whatever it would be. So, yeah, I think coaches have to be the bigger person. You have to say, all right, he's already going through it. The play already happened. There's still game left. I see a lineman trying to work with him, console him, talk to him, coach him up, teach him up. Let that moment be. Because when you start getting physical again, you open the door for a response. People always say this. You'll see this happen. Man, why did he punch him? All he did was slap him. Well, you can't if you slap me and then not tell me how to then respond. If I slap somebody, they very well may punch me. You get what I'm saying? The coach now opens the door for a response from DeMarcado that could have went bad. Now they over here rumbling on the sideline. So be upset. Hit him on the shoulder pads or something. Come on, baby. Just stay in the game. Come on, baby. I understand that smacking the butt. That's part of the game. We all know that. But once you start coming over, yelling at me, barking at me, and you hit me a little too hard, it can lead to something bad.
It shouldn't be physical, right? I think we all come to those
terms.
There's
too many great coaches who had success without it. Tony Dungy, very successful coach. He didn't have to be going hemming up players, punching on, hitting on players.
Coach K was hitting people? No, I'm saying.
I'm trying to think. No,
he
didn't hit nobody.
That's what I'm saying.
No, Coach K, one of the, if not the greatest coach, he wasn't hitting anybody.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like, that is not the only way to do it.
Andy Reid and Travis Kelce, I don't know what they got going on. It's like they can't get fired up till they chest bump. He like, man, look at him. He looking like he ate good today. Let me go run into him and jump on his belly real quick. I don't know what they got. It's like they can't get fired up till they yell at each other. But yeah, you can absolutely coach me up, yell at me, cuss me out, bark at me. You don't have to get physical. Because my last point on this too, Rob, hey, man, you don't know what people have been through, meaning their triggers and their trauma. And hands raised up to people off, you know what I mean? Like I'm about to swing on, man, people, you don't know where people are from, what they've been through, and maybe what abuse is like. You don't just raise up your hand and swing on anybody, a grown man, let alone a kid. But I'm just saying, because you don't know where they've been and what triggers them. And Tiger, you might get a Tiger uppercut real quick. Hadouken.
Rob G.
Oh, you can.
Rob G, where are you on this? Because we're pretty much in lockstep that the physical part just does not work, and players can't do it. So why would you allow coaches? I think the team had no choice, to be honest.
I only got one word for y'all, to quote the late, great Kobe Bryant. soft. Y'all are soft. You know damn well this happens 3 times a week in the NFL. Where never the head coach, because usually the head coach is like the CEO. He's off to the side somewhere. There is a defensive line coach. There is a offensive line coach.
Rob G,
there
you
is
got
a
no video to
coach.
show me that. Stop it. You what?
Rob,
it doesn't happen. Show me video of somebody being hit by a coach.
Nobody records the sidelines.
What?
The only reason that they did in this case, because DeMarcado made the dumbest possible play you could in a professional football league.
The Patriots got video of sidelines up and down the league.
They stopped that.
Okay.
They stopped it. Everybody who has played sports beyond 8th grade has had a situation
You
where
were hit? You were roughed up, worked over like a burger and fries?
Yeah, I wouldn't say roughed up like a burger and fries, but yes. I have been smacked in the back of the helmet. I have been punched in the chest. I'm wearing pads, of course. The worst one, which doesn't sound bad until you've actually had it happen, is getting hit with the whistle while you're wearing a helmet because it vibrates throughout your ears and it gives you like a headache.
Yeah.
Yes, this happens in sports everywhere.
Rob G.
It is not personal. I don't give a damn about your trauma if you're a professional athlete. You are here to do a job. You are here to help our team win. And what you did was selfish. And if you weren't embarrassed enough by what you did, I'm going to make sure you know how upset I am because you cost us the game, DeMarcado. And I don't care that you're crying to the left tackle because you're the guy who had a showboat on his way into the end zone.
We need EMT.
I am not upset.
Our head coach has been knocked out.
The fact that you are trying to...
Our head coach is toothless.
Why is it that Jonathan Gannon is getting more of a punishment than DeMarcado is?
Great question. I'll answer that because you know where plays happen? On the field. Good or bad. That's what I do. I'm the player. I make the plays. It happens. You coach. You don't get physical. Do you have pads on? Do you have a helmet? Do you come through every night with the pains and the aches that we do? How many times do you and I talk about every NFL player we know? Fingers are twisted going that way, walk with a limp, back is broken, they've gone through it. I'm out here blood, sweat, and tears. Made a stupid mistake. Cuss me out. Find me. You can find me. Hey, at the end of the game, we're finding you $25,000. We working on turnovers. I watched this. The first one he came over, because his back is turned, but you can see he kind of hit him. All right, coach, I got it. You hit me, you yelling at me, you barking at me. That last little extra hit, don't get your last little extra hit on me. I'm a grown man. I don't even hit my kids.
Do you think he would rather have been, slapped in the arm like he was or cut? Tell me.
I mean, those are two no, because you took away my livelihood.
Okay.
Those are two totally different things.
He's lucky he should be on the roster right now. He is a 4th-string running back making errors like that.
And guess what? Guess what a possible response is? What? Getting cut. That's part of the game. Yep. Told him that. Told Rob that when they the Jets cut the kickoff returner.
Two of them. They kicked two of them.
That's just part of the game. 4th-string running back, that's a part of the game. Guess what's not part of the game?
All right, if the guy makes a set and you want to say, hey, you can't play here.
That's a part of the game.
I get that.
Cut, release, sign, new contract.
Slapping people around and beating people up.
Well, it's just funny that they're all up in arms about what happened with Gannon and everything like that. Like you mentioned, Kelvin, we did not see Travis Kelce do the exact same thing in reverse to Andy Reid. Did anybody say, we need to fine Travis Kelce $100,000? How dare he get in Andy Reid's personal space? No. They said he got fired up. He was out of line. I'm sure they talked about it later. It is what it is.
Well, here's why, though. They have rapport. They literally have done this for years.
I thought this was a black and white situation where you can't put hands on me.
This is what they do, and they chest bump. And they get in each other's face and chest bump. I said, your first little slap, coach, all right, I get it. You punched me, little, come on, hit me in the chest. Cool, I understand it. That second slap, you was getting too much. You was getting off a little too much on that second slap. Now I mess around and slapped you in the back of your head when you walked away. Now I'm looking bad. Now I got the anger issues. Why'd he slap the coach? I'm fired. I'm about to slap Rob G when we get to break here.
All right, 877-99 on Fox. Did you have a problem with the Cardinals finding their head coach for putting hands on a player?
And I do wonder
or
if
is it just a part of it?
$100,000 is a lot of money. I wonder if there's more of a history because $100,000 that ain't no chump change for a coach.
Or was it appropriate? 877-99 on Fox. 877-996-6369. It is the Odd Couple on a Worship Wednesday. Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington, right here on Fox Sports Radio. And you know what you need to do. Stick and stay.
Especially if you want to sit next to Rob G while he's yelling in your ear in the US of A.
Connolly from The Guardian. Now, if you don't know who that is, you should know because we talked about it on this show. He had Bill Belichick to North Carolina a full week before anybody else did. My man is, if he's not plugged in everywhere, he's definitely plugged in this situation with Bill Belichick with North Carolina. He reported about 2 hours ago. This is a lengthy, I want to read this verbatim because this is some gnarly information. According to sources, Belichick has discussed buyout options with North Carolina. He signaled a willingness to trigger his own $1 million buyout if he can find a soft landing with either another team or in the media. But it gets worse, guys. Members of Belichick's coaching staff have already spoken to other schools that are expected to be in the playoff hunt about taking on roles during the postseason. According to one anonymous coach, quote, "The rats are leaving the ship." Some staffers believe the change will come within 2 weeks. There's also been reports of serious recruiting violations that are currently under investigation at UNC. Recruiting and practice violations have already been proven by the school, according to multiple sources. And here's another one. Belichick's communication with his staff in the past 2 weeks has been described as, quote, "weird and distant" by multiple members of the current coaching staff. Multiple coaches were actually unable to get a hold of him during their recent bye week. One UNC defensive assistant said, quote, "what we've done to these kids is effed up."
My goodness. I said this, and you could go look it up on YouTube, seriously, that this was going to end badly and this was a mistake from jump. I was never with it. And then even yesterday I said that they should move on from him because there's no long-term plan here. This is a terrible car wreck. We knew that was happening. We knew with the nepotism and the cronyism and the girlfriend in the mix and a 73-year-old coach trying to coach college kids and North Carolina not being a football school, getting your butts kicked up and down the field, right? It's just been a total disaster. I don't know how at any point, any situation that Bill Belichick really thought this was going to work or this was a good idea. I never bought into it. I'm not surprised. And they should come to some sort of agreement so that Bill Belichick can get on, with going to Denny's and the early bird special and whatever else he wants to do during the day. But this whole idea of pretending that this is going to work or you have to, go through the entire year of this for it to be cool, I'm not with it.
Well, look, I call him Unc. UNC, North Carolina, is now just Unc because that's what I'm saying to him. Unc, we knew this was never going to work. Me and you talked about it from the beginning. What's the gain in this? Who's going to be the big winner in this? And ultimately, here we are with its decline. And to me, this was just UNC was used as a rebound. Bill Belichick, because he's billing him a check, he used him as a rebound. The NFL was where he wanted to be. You talked about it then, how he wants to break the all-time coaching record. He's a handful of games away from that. He wanted to obviously prove that I could be a coach without Robert Kraft, without Tom Brady, and it ended up not working out for him. So then the rebound was UNC. The problem is you can't rebound in college like that. You can rebound in the NFL because guys are professionals. Guys know what to do. They've been in the league, and you can implement your system over the offseason, and boom, we can move on. Programs in college, you got to recruit. You got to go in mom and dad's living rooms. You got to sell guys on what you're going to do. You got to build up your coaching staff. It's a whole thing. That's why it's called a program. And the idea that he could just march on up in there, half-in it, got your girlfriend, you're doing it. Mind you, you're doing a book tour. You're beefing with Robert Kraft. He was never in this for the long haul, so it makes it strange. And then UNC, they got all giddy because, we get a big name and we'll get popularity. We'll get on all the shows. The Odd Couple's going to talk about us. But ultimately, like what happens most times in college sports, the kids are the ones that get used up. Because you knew this was terrible. This wasn't going to work. He was never serious. He was just looking for a rebound date. You were that. And ultimately the kids, because you know what you got, Rob? You got kids who decommitted from other schools. You got kids who left and, went there. You got kids who maybe in high school right now who changed to where they're going to go. All of that it's something that's going to end badly, and we're hearing all the negative things that's going to come. So this was just a bad idea from the jump. Never bought into it. Fox Sports Radio, it is the Odd Couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington on a Worship Wednesday. Get you updated on all these games and scores here in just a little bit. And
some Yankee fans were
where they going right now?
It's 4-1 Toronto.
Oh, yeah, they got a couple on, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the big hit was a big error. There was a ball hit to Jazz Chisholm at second base. Probably should have been a double play or at least got one out, you know what I mean? And that opened up the floodgates. And they just showed it last year, of course, in the World Series. Judge made the drop the fly ball that led to 5 unearned runs, and now we got probably 2 unearned runs here at least right now, unless they got another one.
Yeah, they still got time.
Yeah, they got 9 outs left, but 4-1, and they just haven't been able to get anything going. So, all right.
All right, well, we'll get you updated on some more of those scores. We got George Wrighster in a little bit as well for about 5 minutes or so. We'll talk to him, NFL headlines.
Dodgers are threatening, too.
Dodgers are threatening.
2 men on with 2 outs.
And, by the way, be sure to check out our brand new YouTube channel. Shout out to everybody who's watching right now, the Odd Mob, the YouTubians. Just search Odd Couple FSR on YouTube. And, again, that's Odd Couple FSR. You can subscribe, like, share, join in on the conversations, comment, all that good stuff. We appreciate it, as always. Are we soft? Maybe we're soft. Or are you saying, hey, man, keep your hands to yourself, Coach? 877-99 on Fox. We'll take some calls. Who we got?
Marshall in Duluth. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Marshall?
Good to talk to you after a long time.
Well, appreciate you.
Yeah, I love the show as always.
Thank you.
I just watched the video, to be honest, and it's like I don't think it's that bad, but I will say I understand what you're saying about how it's a new league, you can't hit people and stuff like that. The only thing I'm going to say though, like to being soft, right, is that I get we can't go back. You said something about Bobby Knight. My favorite sports thing of all time is when he throws those chairs. That's my favorite sports thing. And I understand we can't go back to that, but the problem is people still want to see gladiators. And we have this feeling of we're slowly drifting away. Now, again, I don't want guys to have to wear diapers because they got concussions all their whole life, you know? I don't want that. But the problem is the further we go, it's like in 10 years, are we just going to have flag football and not have real football? And that's what people worry about when, you know, yeah, I think this coach lost his cool. I don't know if he's been fired or anything like that, but, like, yeah, he lost his cool. And then they go.
But Marshall, if a player pushed down the coach or pimp slapped him or did something because he thought that he cost him the game, the player would not be treated that way. I mean, the player.
No, and I agree with you because you were talking about that earlier, like with Pete Carroll and stuff like that.
Right.
But my thing is, like, you're saying, again, I think the problem is we're saying, like, oh, if he smacked this guy. I saw the play. I mean, maybe pushed him in the chest, and he kind of hit his arm. I think if a player did that to a coach, he wouldn't have gotten hit hard. He would have gotten fined, and people on talk radio would have been like, this guy lost his cool, blah, blah, blah.
Here's where I disagree with it. Here's where I disagree, Marshall.
So he got fined.
We talked about for a week or two when LeBron going to the bench kind of bumped Eric Spoelstra. Just a bump, like it wasn't even trying, and that became a fodder. But if a player walked up to a coach and shoved him twice, you best believe that would be a conversation. If we saw you shove your coach twice,
thanks, Marshall,
it will be a topic of conversation. Thank you, Marshall. Appreciate it.
Hey, Grant in Pensacola, you're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. What's up?
Hey, guys, thanks for taking my call tonight. How y'all doing?
We're doing great, man.
Doing great.
Great to hear. Man, I just wanted to call in. I listened to y'all talk about this Arizona coach and getting fined $100K. I looked at his annual salary. He's making $7.5 million. That's a slap on the wrist.
Yeah, no,
I mean, it's a lot of money, but
I
hear you. Obviously, he's doing well in life. But, I mean, that's why I said I do also wonder, too, why the team went. They could have just said, we talked to him, it was fine, we're going to move on. So I wonder if there have been some other issues.
Maybe.
You know
Thanks for the call. Appreciate
Maybe something else is going on. Thank you, guys.
Appreciate it.
You're right, Kelvin. Because it could be like,
hey, man, we talked to him.
We talked to this guy before at practice. He put his hands on somebody, and now we're going to nip it in the bud, okay, to let people know.
Because $100,000 off of a random video, I could see why people are like, that's a lot, but maybe there's something to it. I don't know.
Andre in Massachusetts, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Dre?
Hey, how you doing? Thanks for taking the call. I don't have a problem with the 100 stacks that they were required of the coach, but at the same time, listen, folks, this is a game that they used to call football, okay? And these type of interactions, yes, I know we have to have respect both ways, but Big Bill Parcells, when he was stalking the sidelines, he would lay hands on people at times when it needed to be done, and it was all in love, and we just moved forward. Okay, and so I think it has a lot
So
to do
Woody
with,
Hayes punching up an opponent because he made a big play against his team. That was cool.
Absolutely not, Rob. But again, that's different. That's one team, one coach losing his mind. Bobby Knight throwing the chair across the court. I'm talking about the love that takes place in the locker room, where everybody's pulling in the same direction, and it's coming from a good place. It's not coming from putting you down. It's coming from, hey, we need to rally, we need to motivate. I think that's what's kind of being lost.
That's what nuns used to tell us. That right? They were trying to get the kids
So they were trying to do the Lord's work?
Right. They were doing the Lord's work with the ruler. No? Andre, did you go to Catholic school?
Rob, I didn't, but hey, I'm from Jersey. You're from NYC. You know, when you went to Catholic school, you toed the line, and their point got across, and you learned those very important lessons, and you went forward, and it helped you in your life. So I think that's what we need to remember in this. Sometimes it does get a little bit heated, but it's called football, and those interactions are a lot of times what bonds people and creates lifelong connections that people will remember fondly going forward. So do it out of love, and we can move forward. Thanks for taking the call.
No doubt.
All right, appreciate it.
All right, Dre, appreciate it as always. All right, George Wrighster on the other side of trending. Monty Bolaños, what you got? Squeedy-dee-dee-dee-dee.
All right, guys. Well, it looks like the Blue Jays have extended their lead over the Yankees, and we know it's win or go home for New York in Game 4 of the ALDS. You can catch all the action on FS1, but Nathan Lucas with a 2 RBI single. Blue Jays now up on the Yankees 4-1, bottom of the 7th inning about to start. It looked like the Dodgers were going to score, but Phillies managed to survive, so it's still scoreless in LA, top of the 2nd inning about to start. This is Game 3 of the NLDS, where LA leads the series 2-0. The Tigers managed to keep their season alive to force a Game 5 against the Mariners. Coming out on top today, 9-3. That Game 5 will be on Friday in Seattle. It was win or go home for the Cubs, and they stayed alive, edging the Brewers 4-3 in the NLDS. Game 4 will be tomorrow in Chicago. When it comes to hockey, the Maple Leafs have taken the lead from the Canadiens 3-2 halfway through the third period. Bruins edging the Capitals 1-0 early in the third period. And in the WNBA, the finals continue, and it's win or go home for Mercury as the Aces could win this one. They are up right now 64-51 with about 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. In case you missed it, The Guardian reports that University of North Carolina head football coach Bill Belichick has been in talks with the school about his buyout options, as he could be on the verge of leaving the school. The report says assistant coaches have already reached out to other schools, with Belichick looking for another landing spot either in media or with another team. Sources were quoted as saying that Belichick has been weird and distant the past few weeks, with some assistant coaches being unable to reach Belichick during the team's bye week this week. And the NCAA approved a single January transfer window in college football that's going to allow players on teams in postseason games to remain eligible before entering the portal. Also, NCAA Division I Administrative Committee voted to allow collegiate athletes and the staff to be able to bet on pro sports. We'll see what happens.
All right.
Back to you guys.
Thank you, Monty. Have a wonderful night.
You too.
It is the Odd Couple, Rob and Kelvin, on a Worship Wednesday. Just again, like Monty just gave you, keep an eye on some of these scores that are going around right now.
So the Dodgers had what, first and third did not score with 2 outs? Is that, or was it with 1 out? I don't remember. But they had first and third. They didn't get in. The Yankees are up in the bottom of the 7th. We saw the Tigers put up big runs at the end of the game.
Yeah.
Yep. So the game is not technically over. You're a bloop and a blast from getting back into the game. But time is running out. You know what I mean? They got 9 outs left, and here you go.
They got some bats, though, who can, who can give it a shot, give it a good go at it. All right. Aches and pains can sneak in during the holiday hustle and bustle, and Aleve can help you forget the pain and make you happy and have memories instead. With just one pill, Aleve provides up to 12 hours of body pain relief, so you can keep it moving, use as directed. Join now by our man, George Wrighster, host of The Unafraid Show on YouTube, George Wrighster on X. What up, George?
What up?
What up, man? How about them Dodgers?
Yeah, I know, right? It should be a good one tonight. See if they can pull it off. Hey, put a button on this, man. Josh Gannon, Cardinals coach. Jonathan Gannon. Him run up on DeMarcado, put his hand on him a couple of times. Some people say soft, get over it, man up. It's football. Some people say, hey, don't be putting your hands on me. You played the game, college and in the pros. Where are you with it?
Don't put your hands on me, fam.
There you go.
Yeah.
We are grown men. Okay, let's look at this from other angles. If you were a parent and a coach put his hands on your kid like that, how are you gonna feel?
Thank you. I'm with you. Like it's just not doable these days. People used to get away with it. We're not there anymore, George.
Yeah, this ain't Woody Hayes.
Yes.
I brought that up. I said Woody Hayes, Bobby Knight. Yeah,
Yes.
Monty.
And imagine if you were a parent and a coach did your kid like that in college, you would be hot. And the idea that people think, he's a professional. But that's exactly why. Keep your hands to yourself. You have a right to be upset. He dropped ball. Don't play him. Yell at him. Whatever you want to. But keep your hands to yourself, because if the player reacts and slaps his hand down, he's like, bro, get your hands on me. And it's people try people in situations when they know they can get away with it.
Yep.
I guarantee you he wouldn't have did that to Kyler. He wouldn't have did it to to Marvin Harrison Jr. Bet you wouldn't. I bet you he'd been scared that Big Mark pulled up.
No doubt. No doubt.
You were on the same page as Rob and I, and Rob G and Monty over there talking crazy.
Right. They are talking crazy.
Yeah.
Other crazy talk is coming from UNC and Bill Belichick that thinks the wheels are falling off. He's maybe thinking about taking a buyout, and this is a disaster. I wasn't with this from Jump Street, right? We just couldn't see this thing working out. Where are you on North Carolina and what's happened here with Bill Belichick? Because it's a mess right now.
It is absolutely a mess. And I talked to a parent of a kid on that team today, because I was like, hold on, is there any truth to this? He was like, absolutely. And this is a man who knows ball at the highest level. And he's like, that Bill Belichick isn't involved in the offense at all. They basically just give them the game plan and like, hey, let's go. And that everybody in that building, that Mike is the biggest problem. That the big problem is also that Bill Belichick is not cut out for college football.
Yeah.
He's not, and truthfully, he's not even cut out for the NFL right now. And it's actually sad because of all the stuff that's going on with Jordan and everything else. He looks like like an elder abuse case at this point in time, where you're wondering what is going on. Is he making his own decisions twice? You need help. It's not pretty. And the idea that he's like, that one of the things about buyout is, well, if he can a soft landing spot at another coaching, nobody is giving him another job. There's a reason why the NFL said we don't want anymore. And there's a reason why college football is now because you can get away with this.
All right, you started
arrogance and just.
George, your phone was messing up there a little bit. I don't know. It's been messing up for a little bit here. I don't know if you had your shoulder on the phone or something. But go ahead, try it again.
Okay. Can you? Am I good now?
Yeah, we're good. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah, you can get away with of arrogance and just defiance of treating people right and all of this stuff when you are winning. But now that you're not winning and you weren't winning in New England last, it makes no sense. And it's funny because all of these universities keep trying to hire these retread coaches. And like, for instance, it looks like John Gruden might be getting a job next. Dude, John Gruden is the next failed former NFL coach because he wasn't good with the Raiders last. And now all of a sudden, because he's getting, care packages from universities and posting it on social media, now all of a sudden everybody thinks, oh, my God, he might be a great coach for college. No, it is going to be a bad idea. And everybody talks about, oh, man, I want the next Dan Lanning. Well, when Oregon got Dan Lanning, he was an assistant coach. It was a low-risk hire in terms of financially because you didn't have to commit Lincoln Riley money to him, $11 million a year. And you had somebody who had a championship pedigree. But instead, all these programs like, oh, I need a name. I need to be able to sell it in the media. But that doesn't mean you get a good coach.
Yeah, well, we'll get you. Well, the last one from me. Talking to me what's going on with Cleveland. I'm blown away that they can't just man up and name a backup quarterback. I don't care if it's Shedeur or Zappy.
I do want to give you this information.
Oh, yeah,
you
got
passed
a little
on.
something. Yeah.
And this is from a reporter that I know who work I respect, and they say, and I'm just going to say that Shedeur will not be the backup quarterback, and the reason and what they're saying is, quote, from this reporter who I know, word on the street is he's preparing poorly. It says Shedeur isn't going to be number 2, and quote, word on the street is he's preparing poorly, and that's the reason why.
So, George, you hear that. Why won't they just say it? Why won't they say, hey, Zappy's our guy. We're excited, ready to go with Dalen Gabriel, and Zappy will be back. What's going on?
This sounds like a case of, and if Rob says it, and Rob is one of the most respected people in this game, so you have to give some credence to what Rob is saying.
And this is somebody who, I'm saying covers the NFL. I'm not. This is not some fan stuff.
Yeah, but at the same time, this does feel like a concerted effort for Cleveland. Like they don't want him. That's the thing about it is, if you don't want Shedeur, if he's preparing so badly and everything, just cut him. Just cut him and get rid of him, because it's silly to keep playing this game. Oh, let's keep him. Let's not keep him. Blah blah blah. It makes no sense. It makes the Cleveland Browns look bad, and then there are going to be these leaked reports. Oh well, it's because he's not preparing properly. And this. Okay, so if he's doing all these things wrong, why is he on your active roster and not on your practice squad? Or why haven't you released him? Those are the things
I agree with you.
Yeah, those are fair points.
I've been saying that. I mean, I agree. If he should be on the practice squad or shouldn't be on the team if he's really not doing what he needs to be doing. But there's something there, because seriously, they just refused. They wouldn't give him snaps. They wouldn't do anything.
Exactly. They drafted him for whatever reason, because he was, I guess, the best available player at that point. But the owner didn't want him. He's made it clear, and we know that Jimmy Haslam is not one of the. He's not just a good human in general. Just ask the truck drivers and the prison and people in prison with their phone calls. He ain't exactly a saint, so he's not above doing something just because he either hates Dion, hates Shedeur, or something else. And so I don't trust anything that's going on in Cleveland as far as Shedeur Sanders goes. And when you do wrong things in life, when you treat people poorly, whether it's Shedeur or the truck drivers or anybody else, you cannot get good results in life. And this is why the Cleveland Browns have been a dumpster fire, because the owner is a personal dumpster fire.
All right. Let us know how you really feel, George. We appreciate it, man. Thank you so much, George. As always, we'll talk again, brother. Appreciate it.
Yep.
All right.
Thank you.
George Wrighster right there. Yep. Give him a follow. Hit him up on X. We got last call.
And coming up,
yeah,
we got an update on the Bill Belichick mess. So we're going to give you that.
What Unc doing now? 877-99 on Fox. Last call. We'll get the update on the Bill Belichick saga. It's Fox Sports Radio.
If I'm Shedeur Sanders and Bailey Zappi or whatever his name is elevated to number 2 quarterback, I would request my release from the Cleveland Browns. I would say thank you, but no thank you, because every sign here points that they don't believe he's a starting quarterback in the NFL. I don't care what they're trying to make it. He has a soft landing. Kelvin, there's only one way you learn to play in the NFL. You got to get out there and play, okay? You could do all the prep work, all this other stuff. At some point, you got to get out there. You can't keep pushing other people ahead of him and not allowing him to be in this situation. I just don't think he's going to be a star quarterback in the league, but there's a job for him in the NFL. Okay, I believe that. I just think, why would you want to continue? It's like anybody else. Or you're working at a job or a situation, and you want to be an anchor man, and you're a reporter with everybody else, and they promote this person over you and this person. At some point, they've told you what they really think of you, right?
Keep in mind, we're not talking big-time qualified people either. It's not like it's Zappy. It's not like,
Right,
okay,
like Zappy won a Super Bowl or something 2 years ago or whatever, or had enough success and maybe he was hurt and that's the reason that he's not where he should be. These aren't the guys. That's what I'm trying to say to you. I knew Dylan would be the guy, I did, because he was drafted ahead of him. They moved up to get him. They wanted him, okay? So I'm not surprised by that. But at this point, it should have just been today. Shedeur wasn't up the backup quarterback. What? That's so hard. Did you hear what I just said? Was that so hard to say for the Cleveland Browns, who will go anywhere but to the back of the bus? I mean, like, seriously. What in the world are they doing where they can't say that? My God, okay, he could be the backup quarterback. You could put him out there. He could be terrible, and you could say, okay. We didn't think he was good enough. He went out there. Who was that quarterback for the Buffalo Bills, Rob G., who had
Nathan Peterman?
6 interceptions. Right?
Didn't he have 5 in the first half or something?
Like
it's just terrible.
Right? Is that what he? Right? Didn't he have like 6 interceptions?
Yeah, I think it was like 5 in the first half.
But it was just like, okay, he can't play. Okay, we got it. I'm dead serious. If I'm Shedeur, miming, hanging out in the clubhouse, selling jerseys, if that turns you on or whatever, I just wouldn't want to be in Cleveland. I would ask to be cut or released, whatever you want to call it. I almost want to say quit, but you don't want to quit. You know what I mean? But I'm saying
you can't quit.
Request to be released if I'm Shedeur Sanders.
The Browns are just a very weird organization when it comes to the quarterback position. They've now had 41 quarterbacks. If you look at the teams that have been bad over the since 1999, with the Browns being included in them, you look at other teams that have not been great since 1999. The Commanders have had 28 quarterbacks. The Dolphins have had 27. And then you get to 41 with the Browns. So clearly, teams that fluctuate quarterbacks all the time, we know don't have success. You look at the ones that have stability, and that is the Patriots. They only have had 7 or something. You look at the Steelers. They had 9. They had 10 quarterbacks between the Steelers and the Patriots over these years. What have they had? They've had Super Bowl appearances, had Super Bowl wins.
I don't know about the Steelers.
They've had stabilities
in that group.
Well, they've been to a couple Super Bowls.
I know, but
they've been to 3 Super Bowls. Even in the 90s, they had a Super Bowl.
They got a lot of quarterbacks.
I know. They've had 10 since 1999. So my point is, you got to find some stability, and that's what I was screaming about during this whole draft and little post-draft time. My thing was, play Dylan Gabriel. If that's your guy, if you believe in him, and that's who you picked, obviously, ahead. You picked him in the 3rd round. Play Shedeur Sanders. Find out what he's got, because that's what you need to be doing. Finding out what you have or you don't have so you can finally find your guy. Because you know what you are? You're in a division that has Lamar Jackson.
Maybe they don't want their guy. Maybe their guy's in college.
But then you play these guys. They're obviously not going to be great if they're not the guys you want. And you roll right up in there and you get another pick. You finally settle on your guy so you can be settled. That's why the Joe Flacco plan was strange to me. We know what he is. He's 62 years old.
That wasn't strange.
But to me, because I'd rather roll Dylan.
Last year they won 3 games. Like you say this as if the coach and general manager have jobs for life. Like seriously.
Fox Sports Radio. It is the Odd Couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington on a Worship Wednesday. Shout out to DJ Ali Alex on the ones and twos. Great show. Shout out to George Wrighster, who just joins us moments ago. You can check out the pod. Wrongster, yeah. Well, he was Wrighster today. He was on our team. He didn't like with Rob G and Monty.
Yeah, he was right.
Yeah,
today.
they were Wrongster
Normally,
today.
Alex, you're right.
Thank you.
He was Wrighster today.
I can't even go left. I'm so right.
Nope. So check out the pod if you missed that and anything else we had going. All right, so we got a Bill Belichick update we'll get you in just one moment. First, we got to do last call.
This is the last call.
Last call!
It's last call time on the Odd
I went to Bill Cosby's house, too. I had a drink, and I woke up disrobed. Man. That's unbelievable.
That is or maybe it is believable.
All right.
Who we got?
Larry in Missouri. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio, and you are the last call.
Hey, Rob. Hey, spending a lot of time there in that area. My gal, Lynn Stosey, her dad was Tank Stosey, who went to Southern Connecticut State College. Pretty much primarily back in the late 60s, early 70s. He was the rushing Russian. He sent many records, and I just wanted to congratulate you. That's a wonderful field. I went there every Saturday. She had tickets, comp tickets. She went to school there for 4 years, like I think 78 to 82. Loved the campus, Southern Connecticut State College, New Haven, Yale right down the road. Just beautiful. Great place to just grow up. My dad worked there 30 years, the federal paper board, and I don't know why you ever left. I mean, there's not too many places. I've been all around the country here.
Right.
I wish I could go back, and especially in autumn. I mean,
yeah, beautiful.
It was. When I was young, New Haven, Connecticut was the blackest city in the United States. Probably a little-known fact.
Yeah, I didn't know that. You couldn't convince me I ain't Detroit.
Yeah, New Haven is a black city. It has a big black population. But there's 5 major colleges there, too. So it's a college town. Obviously, Yale anchoring downtown, and Quinnipiac, University of New Haven, Albertus Magnus. So there's all that. Dodgers are up 1-0.
Yeah, big.
Edmund.
Tommy Edman with a home run, solo
That's right.
home run there.
Yankees are down 5-1. Last season looks like it's over.
Hit a batter, too, got him on base.
It's in the 8th inning, so
still a little bit of hope.
But it's getting – they're not coming back from 6-1 like they did last night. The chances of doing that 2 nights in a row.
If they could just clone Aaron Judge.
If they had 9 Aaron Judges.
The only problem is they're going to walk Aaron Judge.
If they had a Supreme Court of just nothing but Aaron Judges.
Oh, God.
What's this Bill Belichick update?
Rob G, we need the update.
Yeah, so we opened the show. We talked about throughout the show that there has been reports. Ollie Connolly from The Guardian, he was on this one early before Belichick even got hired. He was the guy who reported it. And he had said that there has been a discussion about a buyout, right? He's going to take $1 million to get out of town. The quote from one coach was, quote, "The rats are leaving the ship. Some staffers believe a change will come in the next 2 weeks." And another defensive assistant said, quote, "What we've done to these kids is effed up." So it's all bad, right? So UNC has officially issued a statement. One from Bubba Cunningham, their AD, and one from Bill Belichick himself, their head coach. Here's Bubba Cunningham, his statement on the reports. Coach Belichick has the full support of the Department of Athletics and University. That's it. That's the entire statement. And Bill Belichick, his statement, quote, "I'm fully committed to UNC football and the program we're building here."
Yeah, he is for 2 more weeks.
End quote. That doesn't really sound like a real commitment from either side there, guys.
What they're doing is we're going to put out this fire till we figure out what we're going to do, and then we're going to do what we do. That's it. So to put out the fire, look, he's committed, we're committed.
They had to say something.
They couldn't even put out a second sentence?
Right. But they couldn't ignore.
I can't be lying to y'all, Rob G. We're committed to him right now.
But they couldn't ignore it. You know what I mean?
You might as well have.
Well, I can't argue with
there
that.
are 9 words in this statement here.
Hey, like you said earlier, Jordan said, "I'm back." You know what I mean? Sometimes it can be profound with just a couple of words. You know what I mean? No, that's what that is, Rob G. In my opinion, that is, we're in the middle of figuring this out, how this can end amicably for both parties. And until we actually figure that out, great catch, until we figure that out, we're committed. Because technically, he's our employee. We're his employer. So technically, things are fine. That's how I read that.
They had to say something. The news is too loud and all this other stuff, and people have
Once
all
you start
jumped
getting
in.
parents involved,
and all
too,
that. And people are chiming in and saying, "Yeah, my kid's there, and we're not happy." Like like people. George said it. George Wrighster,
personal friend,
talked about. He talked to somebody who said it's all true. Everything that's going on, like that. Like those are the stories that are coming out. People are starting to talk to friends, so you got to say something.
I'm gonna say something.
And that even though they didn't say much, Rob G.
I hope Duke buys up the video rights to that Hulu documentary and releases it themselves.
That'd be petty wop.
Hell yeah.
They could definitely do that. For sure. All right. Tomorrow, TV themes on Thursday. Alex said he's gonna play some only from 2020s and up.
The Jason Smith Show with Mike Harmon is coming up next.
I never miss your radio show. I never hear it, so I never miss it.
Did you hear that?
Oh, God, Judge might be going home.